Sports brought to you by Coca-Cola, Hoosier Tire, Marion's University Ancilla College, First Federal Bank, Big B Coffee, McDonald's, Absolute Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, Bourbon Street Pizza, Culver Portside Marina, Marshall County REMC, the Pilot News Group, Marshall County Fiber, Johnson Danielson Funeral Home. The Coca-Cola pregame is up next.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surf Boats. Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
Who do I perform for? I perform for all the awesome composers whose music deserves to be heard.
I perform for all the stagehands who make sure I never miss a cue.
I perform for our high school choir director who taught me to breathe from the diaphragm and sing from the heart.
Speech, debate, theater, music. The performing arts teach valuable life lessons that typically aren't taught in the classroom. They help high school students learn leadership skills that prepare them to enjoy more satisfying, productive lives.
I perform for Mrs. Evans, my high school debate coach, who has helped me become more confident than I ever dreamed possible.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high school in your community.
Hey, I've got a question for you. Who will you perform for?
Time now for the Coca-Cola pregame show.
And we're live at Plymouth High School. Rusty Nixon with Joe McKees. Plymouth and Warsaw meet up here for the 100-plus time. And, man, this is I got a preview of this the other night with all the kids out here. We had a whole bunch of Little League football players and junior high guys out here, and we're seeing them all be introduced. And I know that brought a smile to Adam Handley's face because that means guys are wanting to play football in Plymouth again.
A lot of kids out there. I mean, we got the junior high and junior league. So, I mean, there's 100-plus future Rockies out there. And it's kind of nice that varsity's going through and shaking everybody's hand. And, you know, to a 10-year-old kid, that means a lot.
The other thing was the other night at practice Wednesday was that the junior high had a game here. And it's like Adam said, he said, we could go out and practice on the grass field and they wouldn't bother us. He says, but I want them to watch us practice. I want them to have a chance to see what we do and understand what it's going to be like at the next step. And that makes a lot of sense to me, too.
It does. It's a culture that he's building, I mean, through the ground floor up. And doing a great job. Plymouth, starting off 3 in a row, doing pretty good this year, and big game tonight.
This is a big game tonight. Hopefully, you've got something figured out. The thing that I said earlier in the week, it's not like anything. They're not going to come out here. Warsaw's not going to come out here and run a 5-receiver wide spread. That's not going to happen. If it does, I better have my phone ready. I want to get that on video because that would be news. But the problem is what they do so very, very well. And even though you know it's coming, their attitude is try and stop it.
And just watching them in pregame here, they're running their offense. They're quick. I mean, the safety, they've got a lot of traps going on, misdirection. Plymouth's really going to have to be on defense. They're going to have to really be disciplined tonight.
It's about assignment football, and that assignment football, I hear that all the time. Basically, that just means it's against your natural instinct. You got to do something that you don't feel normal doing.
Yeah, Warsaw's so, like you said, so good at what they do, and they're going to put Plymouth's defense to the test, and Plymouth's offense is going to have a good test tonight too.
Take a break. We come back, we'll have our injury report. You're listening to our pregame show, Max 98.3's Game of the Week, Plymouth and Warsaw.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news. Some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
MCF got its start in 2018 with one goal: bring fast, reliable fiber internet to Marshall County. Today, we offer lightning fast speeds, equal upload and download with no contracts and no install fees. Whether you're working from home or streaming all night, Marshall County Fiber keeps you connected. We might be the new kid on the block, but we're growing fast, just like our internet. Visit marshallfiber.com or call 574-223-2191. MCF, making rural connections possible.
Who's in, who's out? Here's the Hoosier Tire Injury Report.
Well, the good news is no new injuries this week, so nobody is out for Plymouth. They are all healthy, ready to go. You're at that part of the year where everybody's a little bit dinged up, but everybody ready to go. And that is your injury report, brought to you by Hoosier Tire. Stay there. We'll talk to the head coach, Adam Handley, in just a moment.
Looking for a stable career in an industry that doesn't slow down? Hoosier Racing Tire in Plymouth, Indiana, is seeking motivated people who believe in quality and want to work in a safe environment. With thorough training provided for all positions, no experience needed. Second, third, and weekend shift production wages start around $20 an hour, with potential at $25 an hour within a year. Quarterly bonuses, paid time off, and health insurance benefits that start on day one. Apply online at HoosierTire.com. That's HoosierTire.com. Hoosier Tire is an equal opportunity employer.
Your morning, it deserves more than just coffee. It deserves Big B coffee. From velvety lattes to our famous sweet foam cold brews, every sip is brewed with love, laughter, and a splash of fun. All first responders and veterans receive a free brewed coffee and 20% off their entire order. Students and teachers receive 10% off with a valid school ID. Have the best day ever by stopping in to your family favorite local coffee shop where every cup comes with a smile and every day starts brighter. Stop in today and let's make it a big day. Big B Coffee, have the best day ever, located on Columbus Drive in Plymouth.
Coach's Corner brought to you by Marion's University and Silla College.
Adam Handley joins me in our pregame for this week. Actually, we're going to play this on Thursday as well. And we just got off. We were talking in our Facebook thing. It was a three-ring circus out there, but it's not anymore a three-ring circus than it is with who you got coming to town. I mean, it's just that week.
Yeah, it's a circus week. We got, not only is it homecoming week here, we had a middle school game getting ready to start about 5 minutes after we got off the practice field, and as that was going on, our entire youth program showed up to take pictures in front of the scoreboard. So there's another 75 third, fourth, and fifth graders running around, all while we're trying to run team time. So you just chalk it up as one of those wonderful things of homecoming week and everything else.
But at the same time, I mean, you're talking about, I was out there. There are kids everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's got to make you feel good because that's your program. Those are the guys that are the future.
That's the future, and that's why we make sure, because we could go up to the grass field and practice, while the junior high is getting ready to warm up, but. Two things. I mean, obviously we love our turf and we don't want to go to the grass, but we also want to see the guys that are rolling in watch us practice a little bit, and we go down to some junior high practices and we go to some youth practices and some of our kids show up and we want those kids to see, well, hey, that's so-and-so that I saw at practice and that's, this coach or that coach. And, we want to continue to build that, that family atmosphere with all the guys. And, I think they like it. We middle school game about to start here in a few minutes and we have, a lot of our high school football players will be on the sideline watching the game, and some of the coaches will be on the sideline watching the game. Just trying to, invest in the younger group.
Before we get into this week, I want to talk about last week a little bit. I mean, you've had a chance to look at film, you had a chance to break it down, but, as we talked about Saturday, there were some things that reared their head on Friday that you didn't expect.
Yeah.
But that's nothing new. I mean, that happens, but it's got to make you feel good that you adjusted, and it affected, but
sure.
you were able to get over it.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't play our best game of football, definitely. I mean, I felt like, week 3 and week 4 with Ridge and Goshen, I felt like we played 4 quarters and really good football, and I felt like this past Friday night against Wawasee, we didn't play great, and we played well enough, obviously, to win, but we were able to execute the round game again. We had over 200 yards rushing again, which is kind of where we've been the last couple of weeks. And, didn't have any interceptions. We did have a fumble. You want to take care of the ball, and I think in Ridge and Goshen week, we didn't turn the ball over at all. If we did, it was one as well. But you got to make sure you're taking care of the football and continue to win the turnover battle. And then, defensively, they ran the same play, 25 times and got 3 yards, and at some point we've got to have a defensive mentality and a mindset that we're going to stop it, and they had some big gains. They had a couple trick plays that they ran at us and we weren't necessarily, prepared and ready for. So it was a good week of practice, a good weekend of film to watch and see what we messed up on, because obviously going into this week we're going to see a lot of the same stuff.
The turnover thing has got to feel good to you in the fact that, opening night you had 4.
Yeah.
And now you've had at least 2 games in a row with none. I mean, that is where games are won and lost.
Yeah, no doubt. And especially even if you were to happen to turn the ball over, but the turnover margin, and if the defense were to cause 1 or 2, if you have 1, as long as that drive doesn't end in points, and that's where we talk about our defense. If we get a turnover on defense, if the offense scores on the following drive, we give our defense some stickers, helmet stickers for that, because it's a team battle. If the defense gets the ball back and the offense goes and scores, that's a win. And the same thing offensively. If we turn the ball over offensively and the defense gets a stop, we give the defense a sticker on that kind of thing too. So just trying to build that up across the board and again take care of the football. Because, again, it'll come down to, look back at our Warsaw game last year with them. They turned the ball over, I think, 2 or 3 times, and we scored on 2 of those drives to go up 10-0 right off the bat. And that was kind of the difference in the game.
I don't want to make too much of this because I know it's not the whole story. But,
Yeah.
You moved John from the defensive line, Kleindienst. Obviously, you can hear him Saturday. He's our player of the week this week. But he's now on the offensive side of the ball, and I can't help but notice that 3 weeks in a row you win them. Mm-hmm. Number 2, you have 2 100-yard rushers each one of those weeks.
Yeah.
Some of that has to be him bringing stability to that line.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a different center week 1 than to week 2, and really a different center from week 0 to week 1 too. There was not a whole lot of confidence in our offensive line and just, like you said, stability. And ultimately, bringing John over was enough to give us the edge of just kind of again, you'll hear John's interview, just some John. Bringing John over, and he brought, like I said, he brought his personality with him, and that's kind of the rest of the offensive line is kind of adapted to that and like I said, had some success.
Let's spend a little time here talking about your opponent. I know we talked Saturday. In a way, this week is maybe easier to prepare for because, Bart Curtis is going to do what Bart Curtis, what they're going to come over here and do. They're not going to change for you,
Nope.
For Lawrence Central. It doesn't matter who they're playing. They're not going to change. They're going to do what they do.
Yeah.
But how do you stop it becomes the question.
Yeah, and again, it was a nice introduction last Friday with Wawasee because Coach Thacker is he's a guy that runs the same kind of thing. They go to the same summer camps and run the same offense and all that. So last week was a good introduction, and we didn't do a great job at stopping it. I don't think we gave up any big runs. Like I said, had a couple trick plays on us, but ultimately, we got to make sure that we make them earn every single yard, and they're going to run. He and all of his, his proteges are going to take 3 yards at a time. That's how they run that offense. So at some point, we got to get them in a minus a gain, and put them behind the sticks. Otherwise, it'll be that 3 yards in a cloud of dust is what they say, and it'll be that all night. So, it's not flashy. It's nothing going to be that we haven't seen before. But they do a really good job of running it and get off the ball.
I was going to say they're not going to come in and run shotgun spread. That's not going to happen.
I think there'd be some people that would have an uproar if that were to happen for sure.
I'd have to get my camera out to show that.
Take a quick picture. Yeah,
get a photo of that. But like I said, the other part of that is how do you stop that? How do you? Because the one thing I've noticed about them is that everybody talks about their offense and what they do. But the thing I've always noticed since he's been there is how fast and violent they play defense.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Yeah, they fly around. And they'll take they'll go, so fast sometimes they'll take themselves out of plays, but that's they're going to live with that, right? They're going to make themselves, fly around and create havoc and make plays again as they're creating havoc. So he's done a really good job, like you said, offensively as well, but defensively the crew they got over there does a really good job.
Talk about it's been a weird week of practice, but I mean, how's it been?
Yeah, I mean, again, on Tuesday you plan like a really good heavy Tuesday, and then you get a text about 2:45 lightning in the area, so you start kind of going to Plan B, and then again you just it's wonderful. It is, but we don't have the facility to get all of our guys done something inside. So we were able to get some trash cans out and walk through some stuff, watch some film, and then finally got the green light to get outside for a good hour at least yesterday. And then, like I said, Wednesday's practice was solid, heavy day as well because we didn't get a whole lot on Tuesday, and so we're doing well. Like I said, I wouldn't call it a great practice, because of all the distractions. But we also told them, homecoming week is fun and enjoy it during the day and dress up and have fun with all that. But, at 3:15 we need you to focus, and that's where they're 15, 16 years old, and you're gonna live with that sometimes.
Game planning, once again, it becomes kind of simple because you know what you're going to see on their side of the ball. But I think it goes a little bit further. It becomes one of those weeks where it's about us. You hear that all the time from coaches. Yeah. What are the us things that you really want to see on Friday?
Well, like you said, we're not going to stop them from running the football. Like that's what they do well, and they're going to run the ball. But we have to do the same thing. We have to continue to run the ball. We ran the ball well the last 3 games that we've won, and that's been like I said, not just Finn running hard, but Ben has had a bunch of yards as well. And when that's happening, Ben is having 2 incomplete passes a game, right? On average, we're 7 of 9 or 8 of 10, and that's because of that offensive running the ball. So we know we're gonna get some loaded boxes. We know we're gonna have to take some shots and throw the ball a little bit. But if we can continue to run the ball like we have the last couple of weeks, I like our chances.
Get that win, man. We'll talk to you a little bit later.
Sounds good. Thanks, Rosie.
Adam Handley, head coach at Plymouth, and we'll be right back.
There's a trend happening around the educational world. More and more high school graduates are attending smaller community colleges to start their educational journey. At Marian University's Ancilla College, we welcome students from all walks of life. The opportunities at Marian University are endless, from living on campus to being a collegiate student-athlete. From day one, your professors will help you create a plan for a success at Marian and beyond. Find out more about Marian University's Ancilla College through our website at marian.edu/Ancilla today.
Ben Shively joins us, our Tony the Boss Ross Athlete of the Week. And, man, congratulations on a really good game last week.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Let's start out with the start of the year. I mean, that was probably not the way you wanted it. I could tell by the look. It was not the way you planned it. Maybe even mostly because there wasn't a W in there. But do you feel like now, the last 2 games, you're starting to really see what you wanted the season to be like?
Yeah, starting to build confidence in our guys and knowing what we're good at and trusting each other.
What do you think was the turning point for you as a player? I mean, it's obvious there's points where the light just comes on and you say, yeah, that all makes sense now.
I think it was one of the last Columbia City drives. It was the last one before they took their their varsity starters out, and we scored on them. And I think that really showed that we can do it if all the pieces connect.
Talk about the process, too. I mean, obviously there is a jump from JV to varsity, and I mean, everybody saw you were going to be a good quarterback, but there is a transition, isn't there?
Just probably the speed of the game. You just got to make your reads faster. I think that was the biggest thing for me from week 1 to week 3.
You got a lot of new guys, too.
Yeah.
I mean, they talk about that chemistry and that rapport has to be built. Do you feel like that's getting there, too?
Yeah, we drill our guys a lot. We work with our linemen, me and Finn, for about probably 20 minutes of practice. Just us, them, in the end zone, just working.
How about your receivers? I mean, you got some good ones out there.
Yeah. They work really hard just watching them in practice, and they make me look good a lot of the time.
But you also brought up the linemen there. Talk about your guys on the front. You got some characters up there. I mean, you got some good guys.
Newest addition, John. He really brings our line together. He makes them work hard, and it's great to have him. because we hated him when we had to go against him on defense.
So it's good to have him on your
Yes,
side.
sir.
This time.
It's awesome.
Now, that's the other thing, too. You got a lot of guys that you don't really have anybody going both ways at all. I mean, how does that? I mean, that can have some chemistry things.
Yeah, I don't know. It just helped us a lot having him.
How about defensively? I mean, is there a kind of, I don't want to call it a rivalry, but I mean, you got to score now because we got to stop, or that kind of stuff going on?
Not really. I felt that the first game, but since we found our footing, I feel like it's gone down.
You feel like a lot of that, though, is pressure you're putting on yourself rather than putting it on you?
Mostly.
Now, let's talk about your family a little bit. I mean, your dad and your mom, what are their names?
Brody and Katie Shively.
Yeah, I know, but I got to get you to say it, obviously. Your brother, I mean.
Cam.
Yeah. No rivalry there, I'm sure.
Nothing.
You are also a multi-sport athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Baseball, and then what do you do in the winter?
Just work out.
Just work out?
Yeah.
Baseball or football? What's your favorite? I'm going to put you on the spot.
Man, I don't know. I love them both.
Depends on what season it is.
Yeah. I'd say football right now. I'm having a lot of fun.
It takes a lot of preparation for both of them, and I think football even more so between the years, don't you?
Yeah. But
what's the hardest thing about getting ready for baseball?
It's a long season.
Yeah.
Probably 3 games a week at least. That's probably the longest part.
And I mean, hitting a baseball isn't the easiest thing in the world to do.
Not at all.
When did you start playing baseball?
Since I was young, probably 5 years old.
How about football? I mean, obviously that had to be a little later.
That started a little later, probably, I want to say 10-ish at recess.
Were you the stud on the recess field?
One of them. One of the first picks.
Talk about what it takes to get ready for a football season, since we're in football season, because there's a lot of weight work, there's a lot of all that stuff. Talk about that.
Just watching film, just taking care of yourself. And probably the biggest thing is watching film and putting work in the weight room. Just a lot of things contribute to that.
Does it make it a long summer, or do you enjoy it?
It's not too bad. It's just only 2 days a week, lifting almost every day. It's not too bad.
But then you got baseball, too.
Yeah,
that can be every day.
I dreaded baseball sometimes after football, but
oh yeah, because you got to be sore.
It was.
Yeah,
it was a decently long summer, but
I know what you're talking about. Summertime games were tough for us too, even when I was playing, because you were playing basketball and everything else. And you'd come to games sometimes, it's like, oh, I'm just sore. I see by the look on your face, you had that a couple of times.
Yeah.
Talk about school a little bit for me. I mean, what's your favorite subject?
I take one of the fire and rescue CTE classes.
Oh, okay.
So that's probably my favorite right now.
How do you like that? I mean, I know they just started that.
It's fun. Well, we're in hazmat, so it's a little boring. But once we get past that, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Is that something you think you might want to get into?
Yes, sir.
You want to be a firefighter?
Mm-hmm.
What made you interested in that?
One of my baseball coaches over the summer, he just kind of introduced me to it and just fell in love with it. And so just taking steps to get in the right direction.
You took the class, and now you're ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Have you decided on whether you're going to college or not? You thought about that?
I'll probably have to go for maybe a year or two, just Ivy Tech courses.
Okay. So aspirations to play sports in college, or just want to get on with your life?
Probably just get on with my life.
You know, a lot of guys are doing that now. I mean, they get there. I mean, my son did the same thing. It was like, I'm just ready to be a kid.
Yeah.
Can you feel that way?
Yeah.
Well, man, I want to thank you for taking the time.
No problem. Thank you.
Appreciate it, and good luck to you the rest of the season.
Thank you.
And I'm sure we'll run across each other once or twice. Ben Shively, stay there. We'll be right back.
Johnson Danielson Funeral Home has been established in the community of Plymouth since 1879, and its staff is committed to providing care that goes beyond the expected in serving today's families who call Marshall County their home. They welcome families seeking options and alternative ways to pay tribute to someone, from burial packages to pre-planning to planning a checklist. The professionals, along with caring staff at Johnson Danielson, are available to assist your family 24 hours a day by simply calling 574-936-2829. Visit their website at johnsondanielson.com for a complete list of services. Johnson Danielson Funeral Home. Service beyond expectation.
Here's the keys to the game.
And we're back live at Plymouth High School. Rusty Nixon, Joe McKee, our keys to the game. Obviously, both sides, it's got to be almost the same thing. Stop the running game.
Stop the running game. Of course, penalties and turnovers. But Plymouth needs to make Warsaw feel uncomfortable, kind of take them out of their rhythm. And then offensively, they need to get a couple long, sustained drives right off the bat.
I think the big thing tonight for Plymouth is that defense. I mean, they're going to be tested. Last week, they got a little taste of that. Does that help you when you face a team that is doing this kind of – I call it unorthodox, but this is what everybody did for years and years and years. It's a successful offense. Does it help you if you see it the week before?
Well, it has to help you. And I think maybe the athlete, maybe the speed on Warsaw is going to be a little higher than Wawasee, but maybe not either. But, yeah, just the way they scheme and, their zone reads and all that stuff, it absolutely will help them.
We're going to take a break. We come back, we'll have our starting lineup. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week, Warsaw and Plymouth.
At Marshall County REMC, they are more than just your electric provider. They're your neighbors, your partners, and your connection to a brighter future. Since 1936, they have been powering homes, farms, and businesses with reliable service, innovative energy solutions, and a commitment to our community that never wavers. It's not just about keeping the lights on, it's about keeping our community strong. Marshall County REMC, powering progress, powering you. Learn more at marshallremc.com.
Here's your starting lineup brought to you by First Federal Savings.
And special thanks to First Federal for sponsoring our starting lineup. Let's start with Warsaw. And on the defensive side of the ball, it's going to be Grady Nelson and Luis Muñoz Bermudez, the ends in a three-set. Nose guard, Quentin Wilson. The linebackers inside will be Nathan Villa. Matthew Flores Ortega is the other inside guy. Outside linebackers, Camden Bowes, Ty Martin. Cornerback, Ethan Sinclair and Parker Sweet. Free safety, Fletcher Pohl and Robert Strawn is the strong safety. Offensively, guys up front, the center, Christian Cullors, Rock Lambert, and Quentin Wilson are the guards. Owen Corbin and Andrew Contreras, the tackles. Split ends, Logan Carl, Joshua Owens. Halfbacks, Dalen Fitzpatrick, Wyatt Harmon, Brody Duncan is the fullback, Quentin Brock is the quarterback for Warsaw. On the Plymouth side of the ball, it is going to be a lot of the guys that you've come to know and love. We'll start with the offense, and obviously across the front, it's Rivera, Sosa, John Kleinest. We talked about him before the game. Oliveris and Davis are the front guys there, keeping everybody off the quarterback, Shively. And then the running back is Finn Holland, who I don't want to say he's been kind of lost because the coaching staff knows, but he has had a great run here. He's averaging 100 yards a game as a running back, and in this day and age, that's not easy to do.
It's really good, absolutely.
You've also got your H-back is Christian. Well, it looks like it's going to be Gibbons tonight starting there. Wide receiver is Fernando Metzger, Grady Metzger, the wide receiver on the left side. Jones, Davis Jones on the right side. That's your offense. Across the front for Plymouth on defense, it's Haynes Carrillo, one of my boys. Perchmeyer, he still doesn't have his little guy number. Got to have that number. It's got to be like number 1. They're thin. They're slimming.
Well, it is, yeah.
Big guys like that. You got to have them. Anyway, the linebackers, really good core here. Madrano and O'Leary are the outsides. Then in the middle. Actually, those are your corners. In the middle, Hall and Coffin are veterans in that defense. Lathan Cotton has really come on. He's having an outstanding season, one of the outsides. Verhage is the other outside. And then you got your safety. Strong safety is Woods. The free safety is Hunt. And those are your guys across the offenses here. Brought to you by First Federal Savings Bank. And they've just had actually it's kind of a fake toss. And what did we have? Did you take a look at that?
I wasn't. I was watching. I was watching our kids.
Well, our kids are fun to watch, and I tell you, we've talked about John Kleindienst a little bit this week. He is going to be. He's our player of the week. He's our player of the week here. Tony the Boss Ross, player of the week, and there's a reason. And you and I saw this 2 years ago when we first saw him play. He is just that infectious guy that brings energy and commitment wherever he goes.
He does. He's so fun to watch, and he's just never stops. I mean, he just goes and goes and goes, and that's the kind of player you want next to you.
He's that kind of guy. I had to pick him at least once this year. He's the kind of guy Tony would love. That was his kind of player. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He's out there playing hard every play. You can tell there's no place on earth he'd rather be than right here in this moment playing football. And we got a chance to talk to him this week, and he is every bit the same in personality. He's that guy. So he'll be playing center tonight. I know last week he got a punt block. And my son told me, ask him if he was supposed to be on the field for the punt block.
Yeah.
And there's a story behind that one, too. So Plymouth will receive. So they will be on offense first here as Warsaw gets ready to kick off. Beautiful night again weather-wise. Back deep is Hallam on the left side, and can't get a number. I probably should have looked before the sun came in there and made all the shadows, but it's going to be a line drive right down the middle, and that's Kaz Hunt back there. He's also the strong safety. He will watch it go into the end zone, and Plymouth will have it 1st and 10 at the 20.
Really important for him to get a couple first downs here and kind of set the tempo to the game here.
So Plymouth will come out, as we said. John's got everybody in there, and they're getting ready to go. I know that he is infectious. He'll come out. The one thing he can do is, sometimes he has a tendency to be a little anxious.
A little anxious on defense, yeah.
Snap is a little bit high, and Shively will take it. He'll go straight up the left side. That's the other thing. Ben Shively has shown the ability to run the football.
And I'm looking at his stats, and he's almost averaging 100 yards a game also.
Last couple of games, he has had 100-yard rushing games with a couple of touchdowns. He'll pick up 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. Football at the 25. Coming out of the huddle, Shively with Hallam, the running back. It'll be the pistol formation. Receivers in the slots, both sides. Gibbons, the H-back. He's going to switch over to the right side now. Fernando in the slot in motion. Snap, hands it off, straight ahead. Finn Hallam finding some room. He'll get 2 or 3.
Good second down play, very manageable third down. Looks like 3rd and about 3, a long 2.5. So playbook's open, but I imagine they'd keep it on the ground here, Rusty.
We've said it before. Why stop it if you haven't stopped it? Why stop running the play? But we'll see what they've decided to do on the Plymouth sideline. Coming out is Shively. He's got Hallam to his left, man in motion, Fernando. Snap, and Ben will go straight up the middle. He's going to have plenty for the first down. He's stacked up, driven back, but they'll mark him down at the 32, and it's going to be a first down. Plymouth brought to you by
First Source Bank.
I love First Source Bank. Our first down sponsors. Hopefully we're saying that a lot tonight. Clock running. We're just underway. No score. Plymouth in their first possession has a first down and 10. They're at the 33. Shively kind of looks to the side. He wants Hallam behind him in that pistol formation. Fernando in the slot to the left. H-back on the right. Fernando in motion. Now back up the middle again. Hallam stuffed. He'll get about a yard maybe. Be marked at the 34. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Warsaw had that stacked up really good up the middle.
Plymouth has been putting that man in the slot in motion. I can't help but think we've seen Fernando run that football a lot. We're going to see that jet sweep before this night is over. They're just trying to set it up. Wide to the right. 2 receivers out. Wide receivers to both sides. In the slot is Fernando to the right. Snap, handoff by Shively. Hallam trying to find some room. He'll pick up 3 down at the 37. The 3rd down now and 6 as Plymouth on their first drive trying to keep it alive. Shively will come to the sideline, get the play.
You might have to open it up here a little bit. I don't know if they can get 6 yards on this third down play.
Yeah, I know, and you're not in 4-down territory yet. You're still on your own side of the 50. Pistol formation again, wides to both sides. Handoff goes to the left, and Holland stacked up. Gibbons gets a little push for him, but he'll get down to the 39-yard line, so it'll be 4th down, and Plymouth will punt it away. So Warsaw will get their first touch of the football. Out here to punt it away is Ryder Goodman. It's a sophomore. He's one of the backup quarterbacks.
You wouldn't try a fake punt.
Well,
here.
I don't think so. He was punting them out there before. They've been working with him. And
whoa!
High snap over the head of Goodman. He'll chase it down. He'll just cover it. It gets away. It's still rolling down by the 5 and kicked out of bounds by the Warsaw player. And the first break of the night goes to the Tigers as they'll have 1st and goal at the 2.
Boy, and that's just something they can't have there.
High snap went way over the head of Goodman. He chased it down but couldn't corral it at about the 10. It was loose all the way down to the 2. It was finally kicked out of bounds by the Warsaw player trying to cover it down there, trying to scoop and score. Was what he was trying to do, but doesn't matter. Just delayed what looks like it could be inevitable here. 1st and goal, football at the 2, and the Plymouth defense, their first time on the field tonight, has really got their backs against the wall.
Boy, they do. I mean, how great would it be if they could make a stop here, though?
Quentin Brock has him out. Running back is going to be Michael Schenk, as I believe Brody Duncan's been having some injury trouble. Right up the middle, Schenk will just take it in, standing, and there's 6. So just like that, 8-13, first scorer for Warsaw is on the board after a big special teams fumble. And Plymouth will have it back here in just a moment. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week. Oh, we got to go to the extra point first, I guess. I was trying to expedite things and move them along. I guess we should never, ever take an extra point kick for granted in a Plymouth-Warsaw game.
No.
We should have learned that. Now they're running a guy on late. It's going to be a tackle from the right side for Warsaw. Finally gets on the field. Plymouth showing they're going to come and try to block it. Snap is down. The kick is up.
I think that's good.
And I think it's good, but we'll wait, and it is good. So with 8-13, we go to break, and Warsaw holding a 7-0 lead. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
When it comes to your money, you want a bank that understands you. At First Federal Savings Bank, we offer more than just a place to deposit your paycheck. We're here for you every step of your journey. Need a loan for that new dream home? We've got you covered. Looking to save for the future? Let's make it happen together. From personal banking to business banking, we offer full-service solutions tailored to your needs, online, in person, or over the phone. No matter where you are, we're with you every step of the way. First Federal Savings Bank, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. First Federal Savings Bank is FDIC insured and equal housing lender. NMLS number 399927.
Back live at Plymouth, Rusty Nixon, Joe McKee. Warsaw takes advantage of a bad punt snap. Scores on a 1st and goal from the 2. They draw first blood. It is now 7-0. Tigers in the lead. They'll kick it away. Well, that didn't take long.
It's not the start that Plymouth wanted, but they're getting the ball right back. They did show some promising positive plays, so they're still right here.
You got Hunt and Holland back for the kick. They're going to kick it to Hunt. He'll take it right at the goal line, and 1 foot was in. Cavs wanted to bring it out, but they're not going to let him. So Plymouth will have it at their 20, 1st and 10. You know, they had a solid first drive. Everything's looking solid.
Yeah.
And then the punt snap was just, wow.
Yeah, that was a little high. I think there's a little adrenaline flow in there, you know, just kind of the early game jitters maybe, but hopefully they'll settle in here in this drive.
Got a new punter back there, and Ryder, at least new to us.
It wouldn't matter.
It wouldn't
If
matter.
was
It
Wilt
wouldn't have mattered.
Chamberlain.
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered who that was. That was way up. Snap, handoff. Howell going to look for some room on the outside, and he is eaten up instantly by that defense. The initial hit there by Grady Nelson, he is a heck of a defensive end.
He really showed a lot of speed there and great containment.
He was in on top of that before it ever had a chance to develop, so 5 yards lost on that play. It's going to be 2nd and 15.
I think it's going to be hard for Plymouth to get outside of Warsaw tonight.
I have always, everybody talks about Bart Curtis and his offense. I have always thought his defenses play extremely fast and extremely violently. He has a great defense out there every year. Snap, quick throw. Out in the
get a block.
flat. Fernando just
boy.
about got away out there. Throw was into the flat quickly. Davis Jones got a little chip block on one guy, but the other was able to make the tackle. But a nice pickup of 10 makes it 3rd and 5, and the football at the 25.
Very manageable. Boy, he was close to going the whole way there. There was nobody in front of him.
One broken tackle, and Fernando can run. He'll take it to the slot here on the left side. Wides to both sides. Howland to the right.
Warsaw's coming.
Shively going to throw. He's got a man open. Hits him. Metzger into the secondary. Makes a man miss. He's finally drugged down about the 43. Ben Shively perfectly on target to his wide receiver Metzger. And it's good for a Plymouth first down, brought to you by
First Source Bank. Let's give a little credit to the line there, too. They gave Shively time to throw because Warsaw was blitzing.
Football at the 42. Shively has him out. Fernando in the slot to the left, wides to both sides. Howell to his right. H-back is Gibbons on the right side. Fernando in motion. Fake handoff. Now Shively going to run it. We got a flag coming in on the play. On the backside, we're going to have a hold, I'm sure. That's where that flag usually comes when it is a hold.
That is, and that was way away from the play, too.
Pickup of about 4, but it's all going to come back as the flag's sitting at the 40. And it is going to be a hold on Plymouth somewhere on that left side. Somebody got a little bit too much, so they're going to move it all the way back to the 32-yard line, and it's going to be first down and a long way to go.
Man, that's just those missed opportunities. You can't have penalties like that. They had a nice first down, positive play, and now they're 1st and 20, and that's tough to climb out of.
You are exactly right. How many times have we seen that in every game we've done this year? Just that penalty kills everything. Man in the slot to the right is Fernando. Pistol formation, snap, Shively hands it to Howell. Looked like he had a little trouble getting a handle on that as he came through the line. He'll be stuffed up at the 30. So it'll be 2nd down, loss of 2 more on that play.
Yeah, they're going to have to open it up here just a little bit.
Not really getting a lot of line surge. 3-man front for Warsaw, and all 3 of those guys can run. They are athletic in that front. And their linebackers will come downhill at you. Shively, snap, looking to throw now. Gets pressured. Screens, got it to the right. Howell finds a little bit of room, not a whole lot. He'll get 6, but they'll drag him down at the 36, and it'll be 3rd down. And we'll call it 18.
And I was watching Warsaw's right side outside linebacker, so disciplined. When he saw a pass, he went back to his spot, and he actually made the tackle there. Just great defensive play there.
I have always really liked their defense. They play it very, very fast, and you can tell a good defense. They're flying around. 3 receivers to the right. Shively looks to the right. Now he's going to run it. Gets flushed out of the pocket. Trip. Now he's going to be able to run. He's going to get out of bounds in Warsaw territory. Great play with Shively, making it with his legs, and it'll be first down Plymouth.
Brought to you by
First Source Bank.
That was a great effort by Shively there. He should have been dead to right sacked on that play.
Almost got his ankle taken out from under him, but was able to get past that tackle and then got all the way down to the Warsaw 42. It's 1st and 10. Clock at 4:35, 7-0 Warsaw. Shively. H-backs on both sides. High snap. Brings it down, hands it to Holland. He's got nowhere to go. Maybe half a yard, but not much.
And that high snap just kind of throws that rhythm off just a little bit, just enough to make a difference. I want to say how hard Grady Metzger is blocking downfield right now.
He is just a football player.
He is. He's finishing each play, and his Warsaw guy's usually been on the ground by the end of the play.
He's one of those guys that wherever you put him, he's going to figure out a way to beat you. He's just that gritty. 2nd down and 9. In motion, Fernando. Snap. Fake handoff. Up the middle. Shively. He gets knocked to the turf there by one of those inside linebackers. That is number 35, Ty Martin. And he'll pick up about 3. It'll be 3rd down now and 7. 38, actually closer to the 39.
Shiley's really showing me something as far as his running. Well, passing too, but boy, he's made some nice runs here so far.
They knew his skill set involved being a passing quarterback. He was always a pass-first guy, but he has really figured out to put his foot in the ground and go. In motion is Gibbons. Back to throw. Man is open, it's Gibbons. He is ripped into. The ball is loose.
Man.
I'm going to think maybe they're going to have to decide if that was even a catch. It got no gain. And Gibbons is down. He got ripped into.
That's one of those hits you see on Sunday.
He took it right in the rib cage, too, and when he went to the turf, the ball came out. So it is 4th down now.
And let's say that was a picture-perfect tackle, too.
Exactly.
That couldn't have been more perfect form.
Head in front, face up. I mean, it was absolutely the way you'd teach guys to do it. So Plymouth ready to go. Warsaw is on the sideline. I think they were going to wait for the injured player, but there's not an injured player anymore as Gibbons was able to run off on his own power.
Good snap.
Good snap this time. Punt by Goodman.
Good
hits
punt.
at the 8, takes a nice Plymouth bounce, and the consternation you hear is the fact that the Warsaw blocker down there, it was Fletcher Pohl, just really ripped into the Plymouth defender coming down to cover, which was Tatum Woods.
And Fletcher Pohl is my outside linebacker I've been watching on the right side, so he's a player.
He is definitely that. So Plymouth now on defense, a little bit better position than it was the last time. As Warsaw will have it at the 4, we'll get to see this offense for what it really is. And as I said, we've got Michael Schenk tonight on the fullback spot for them, as starter Brody Duncan, I was told earlier, is having a little injury trouble with an ankle. Schenk will bring it forward. He'll get 2 or 3, knocked down at the 7-yard line. It'll be 2nd down, and they'll take that all night long.
They will. It's going to be important for Plymouth's defense not to let Warsaw flip the field here. I mean, if they could stop them 3 and out and get the ball right back, they'd be in great field position.
Thing about it is, over the years, we've watched this Warsaw team. They'll run that fullback dive, the exact same play, 8, 9, 10 times, and then all of a sudden, one of the ends goes on a misdirection or a counter, and you're caught watching them. Man in motion, handoff. And no,
just
fake handoff, just exactly what I said. The quarterback, Brock, will run it. He'll have plenty for the 1st down, knocked out at the 24. They'll lull you to sleep with that 1-2 yard straight ahead, right over the 0 hole fullback dive, and then bang. Quarterback pulls it. H-back comes around the other way, and all of a sudden you're looking at a big play. It wasn't a huge play, but a big one. So 1st and 10 at the 24. Once again, that tight formation. No wide receivers in the set so far. Snap, man in motion, handoff right ahead. Schenk gets into the secondary, breaks a tackle, and gets himself about 3 extra yards on the second effort. He is down at the 33.
You know, I was watching Warsaw's linemen there. They're going to spots. They're going downfield, that second level, and they're making their blocks, and so disciplined there.
And that is the That is the whole basis of this offense. Everybody out there knows exactly what they're supposed to do at any given moment. Now we see wide receivers to the left. Wide receiver man in the slot. Shank the running back. Brock. And he'll hand it off straight ahead. Buried there. A couple of Plymouth tacklers. It's going to be Cotton. Also coming down in there is number 51. I believe that's Haynes.
I think that'll be a first down for him, though.
That is going to be a first down at the 35. Clock running 1:42. And it is 7-0 Warsaw here. Brock has them out of the huddle. And he's got everybody bunched up here to the left side, the two receivers and the H-back. Man in motion, snap, handoff right up the middle. Shank, he'll pick up 5 more, and you got to stop that before you see anything else.
Really deceptive, too. You know, even up here, it's kind of hard following the ball where it's at. They're so quick.
2nd down and 5. Coming the sideline will be Xander Birchmeyer. Coming out will be John Kleinden. Still take that left end spot here. Man in motion, and Lathan Cotton jumps off sides. That'll be a first down. Oh, they're going to call that on Warsaw? I was going to say, the guy on front of the Warsaw bench, he better be careful. He's over there in front of those guys. I don't know if I'd...
Well, again, a costly penalty to give him an easy first down.
1st and 10 at the 45 now. Clock continues to run, 54 seconds. Well, it will as soon as they reset the chains. And they have them reset. Brock calling out something to the left side. Once again, that bunch set to the left. Right up the middle, Brock will pull it. He'll get to the secondary. He got
tackle.
5. Nice play out there, and I believe that's Woods. But let me take a – nope, that is not Woods. That is Andres Medrano with the tackle.
Medrano just saved a touchdown there.
And once again, a picture-perfect tackle.
Yeah.
2nd down and 5. Clock running at 20 seconds. Football just on the Warsaw side of the 50. They'll send a wide receiver out to the left, not very far. Shank in the backfield. Man in motion. No, I think Brock has it again. And that time they sniffed it out a little bit better. That was Woods there on that tackle. And that is going to do it for the first quarter. So we have played one. It's been kind of what we thought it was going to be. Warsaw leads this one as we go to the second quarter, 7-0. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
Zero sugar with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news. Some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
When it comes to your money, you want a bank that understands you. At First Federal Savings Bank, we offer more than just a place to deposit your paycheck. We're here for you every step of your journey. Need a loan for that new dream home? We've got you covered. Looking to save for the future? Let's make it happen together. From personal banking to business banking, we offer full-service solutions tailored to your needs, online, in person, or over the phone. No matter where you are, we're with you every step of the way. First Federal Savings Bank. We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. First Federal Savings Bank is FDIC insured and equal housing lender. NMLS number 399927.
Back at Plymouth High School, Rusty Nixon, Joe McKee, Warsaw out of the quarter break, ready to go. Brock hands it off straight up the middle. Another good play on that dive. They've been eating up 5 yards a pop at that, and you aren't going to get them to stop doing it until you make them stop doing it.
Nope, and they haven't really stopped him yet, and that's going to be good for another first down. So Warsaw's doing just what they want to do.
This is Warsaw football to a T. 1st and 10. Brock has him out of the huddle. He's got a fullback, and that fullback is tight. He's 2 yards behind the quarterback. He's got the H-back on both sides then of the tackles, behind the tackles. Calling out some kind of change in the play here or something. He'll hand it off directly up the middle. Another big hole rambles into the secondary. This time it is Duncan on the field. Brody Duncan takes it down to the 8-yard pickup. He'll take it down to the 36. So it'll be 2nd and 2.
And he hits that hole so quick. I mean, there's really no time for the Plymouth defender to react.
That's your starting fullback for Warsaw. You can see why. He is having some trouble with an ankle, I was told before the game, so they didn't think he was going to limit his snaps. He'll Brock almost falls down, back to throw, man wide open, and it's 6. Nobody anywhere near the receiver, and that was Nelson, or actually Carl Logan. And there was nobody near him. Brock almost fell down after faking the handoff. It looked like that might be a disaster, but it turned into a disaster the other way. 6 more on the board on a 38-yard touchdown strike.
And that had to be some kind of blown coverage because, like you said, the ball was underthrown. It was wobbly, but there's still nobody around him.
And now out to kick is John Conley. He's the kicker and the place kicker, just a freshman. And he moves forward. Bad snap. They got it down, and
they got to
somehow
call something.
He got it in the.
How do they not call that?
I don't know. It was really a strange-looking play. The ball bounced to the holder.
Well, the kicker was in motion.
Yeah, he moved before the snap. So, yeah. What do we know?
Well, obviously. I think they're down there talking about it right now, Rusty.
Yeah,
look at that.
That is, but I don't think they're going to bring it back at this point. So we'll take a break. We'll come back and figure out what they didn't do.
Your morning, it deserves more than just coffee. It deserves Big B coffee. From velvety lattes to our famous sweet foam cold brews, every sip is brewed with love, laughter, and a splash of fun. All first responders and veterans receive a free brewed coffee and 20% off their entire order. Students and teachers receive 10% off with a valid school ID. Have the best day ever by stopping in to your family favorite local coffee shop where every cup comes with a smile and every day starts brighter. Stop in today and let's make it a big day. Big B Coffee, have the best day ever, located on Columbus Drive in Plymouth.
Back at Plymouth High School, Rusty Nixon, Joe McKee. It is 14-0. Warsaw now, 10:40 to play in the half as they've just hit on a 38-yard touchdown pass. Brock to Logan Carl.
And this is getting a dangerous part of the game, Rusty. Plymouth's going to have to do something here on offense. We can't give the ball right back to Warsaw.
Now, they've got to figure out a way to, I don't know. I think you need more than a sustained drive, too. I got to feel like you got to have points.
You got to have points.
Kick is in the air. It's going to come down to Hunt at the 5. He'll bring it forward. Has a little bit of a hole. Gets into the second line of coverage, and he'll be down at the 35. So it's a nice start. Good field position for Plymouth as they get ready for their next possession here in the second quarter. Shively will come out. He's had success throwing and running the football. They just haven't been able to get anything for Finn Holland. And they haven't been able to sustain anything. Coming out, Holland to the left. 2 men in the slot to the left. In motion, Gibbons goes to the left. And we run to the left. It's Shively. Definitely a quarterback run. He'll be knocked to the turf, but about the 38. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
And that's a nice first down run. And we've shown some success with the pass, too. We may have to do those short little dump passes or screens or something like that.
Well, what you've got is you got a lot of guys in that box, and they're trying to say, go ahead and beat us with the pass. So we'll see what they can do. Shively in the pistol with Finn Holland behind him. He'll hand it. No, he'll keep it. Throws a low-line drive out to Fernando. He got about a yard, but a great open field tackle. once again by that secondary, and that is number 20. And that is Parker Sweet with a nice play.
Again, just one good block would break that free.
There was nobody after Sweet, and he just made a perfect open field tackle on Fernando. Pass was a little low, might have disrupted the timing a little bit, but still. Third down now and 4. Shively in the pistol, man in the slot here to the right, Gibbons to the right as well. Snap, handoff, Hollum looking for somewhere to go. Stacked up, going to get a little bit of a surge at the end, and I think they're going to give it to him.
Yep. Again, different sideline officials mark it differently.
Yeah, it is kind of funny.
They were a yard off. I mean, it ended up in our...
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know about that spot either, but it is good enough for a first down, brought to you by
First Source Bank.
Football will be at the 44-yard line of Plymouth. 8:51 and counting, 14-0 here, Warsaw. Rockies need something. Trips here to the right, 2 men in the slot. H-back Gibbons is to the left. He goes in motion to the right. Snap, handoff, up the middle, Hollum finds some room, gets into the secondary, breaks a tackle. He's all the way down to the Warsaw 38. Big pickup of 18 on that one. And it's going to be first down Plymouth, brought to you by
First Source Bank.
That's what they needed for Hollum. He has been threading his way through there, broke a tackle in the secondary, and a nice pickup. But once again, this is where the drives before have died. You really got to get something sustained here. Men in the slot, 2 of them to the right side. Gibbons, the H-back to the left, in motion, Fernando. Handoff, Hollum straight up the middle, gets hit in the backfield, breaks the tackle, gets up to the 35-yard line. It'll be second down.
Again, that's still a nice first down play, 3-4 yards.
Now a play coming in from the sideline. I will tell you one thing, if we see it tonight, you're going to be happy. I was out here in practice on Wednesday.
He's going to go under center.
I hope that I'm not giving anything away. But they were practicing a whole package of under center plays.
They need to go to it.
You might get your wish. Out here to the right, 2 receivers in the slot. Wide man is Davis. Davis Jones, I should say. I always want to call him just Davis. It's like Cher. Only needs the first name. Snap got off, but not before a timeout. So Plymouth wants to talk about it before they actually run the play. We'll take a break. When we come back, it's 2nd and 7 at the Warsaw 35, 7:24 to play here in the half. It's Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
But have you tried the pizza at Bourbon Street Pizza lately? More fresh ingredients and a new pizza sauce recipe. It's like a slice of heaven each and every time you take a bite. And now there's 16 new style of pizzas for you to choose from on the menu. And let's not forget the mouth-watering wings or their 5 different pasta dishes to choose from. Bourbon Street Pizza with area locations in Plymouth, Culver, Argus, Walkerton, Napanee, and in Bourbon. If you're looking for a quick and delicious dinner for the entire family to enjoy, look no further than a Bourbon Street Pizza location near you.
Back at Plymouth High School, Plymouth with the football. They trail it 14-0. Our Max 98.3 Game of the Week. Coming out of the timeout, they'll have it 2nd and 7. Football will be at the 35-yard line. We got 7:24 to play here in the half. Plymouth trying to get something on the board. They really need something to go into halftime.
Yeah, because Warsaw is going to get the ball to start off the second half, so they want to get a little momentum here.
Got trips to the right side. You got 4 receivers on the field. There's single coverage on every one of them. What does that tell you? Snap, handoff up the middle. Hollum just about a yard. Gets bottled up almost instantly. You got 3 receivers out here with three corner. They are single covering every one of the receivers.
And you would think they could get some kind of crossing route or pick plays or something to free one of them up.
We've seen both of these corners and the safeties can play. Have made some big plays to stop touchdowns when Fernando had the ball in his hand. Plymouth with trips to the right again. Snap, roll to the right. Shively looking to throw.
Oh,
Nothing
they got
there.
him.
He's got him open all the way down in the end zone, and he can't get to it.
Boy.
All alone downfield was Davis Jones. He got turned around. The ball came back to the outside on the right. He was going towards the middle on the hash and just couldn't get turned around and back in time, but he was there all alone.
That's one of those plays you want back. I mean, that was one of those blown coverage by Warsaw. We were wide open.
And once again, I think if Ben has time to set his feet on that, he was getting chased. He probably hits Davis Jones for 6. As it was, it floated out there, and Jones had to make an adjustment at the last minute. Same set. Trips to the right, wide receiver to the left. And everybody jumps on that. Who's got it first?
It's going to be on Plymouth.
Going to be on Plymouth. They had Cam.
No, they called it on Warsaw.
Yeah, Bouse was jumping off.
Oh.
I think he got there first, and I don't think Bart Curtis is going to agree with that. He's not, but his point is, look, our guy jumped, but they had 3 guys on the other side right after him jump.
Well, and I think all the Plymouth players thought it was going to be on Plymouth.
4th and 2, so a big break here.
That helped.
Now you got the playbook a lot more open. Cruz Mahler is on the field in that H-back spot. He's on the right side. High snap picked up by Shively. He's just going to run it. He's got nowhere to go. He'll get buried after a 5-yard loss.
And they didn't look on the same page there. I mean, the linemen were looking. I don't know if the snap count was off or something, but that was.
Snap was high, and it just never got any better after that. So Plymouth turns it over on downs. And once again, that offense has stalled right at the same spot 3 straight times. Just over the 50 on the Warsaw side. They'll take it over at the 34. Brock has them out. Single running back behind him, wide receivers to both sides. Flag on this one before it ever starts. It looks like Brody Duncan's ankle feels a lot better.
If it doesn't, I hate to see him when he's healthy.
He is back out on the field. He got off that ball quick.
They are quick.
1st and 5, or 5-yard penalty, so 1st and 15, I should say. 6:39 to play. 14-0 Warsaw lead. They have the football. Just in front of halftime here at Plymouth. Brock has him out. Full back with 2 H-backs. Man in motion on the left side. He'll hand it off straight ahead. That is Duncan. He'll get 4, maybe 5. He's all the way down to the 34-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and 11.
The Plymouth defenders, they're not tackling him head up. I mean, they're tackling him from the ankles to the knees back because they're already past him by the time they react to it.
Now you got a wide out here to the right side. Everybody else bunched up near that backfield. Man in motion, handoff. Actually, it looked like the snap might have been fumbled in there. Brock was able to cover it, but didn't go anywhere. So really the first no-gain play of the night.
So they got him a 3rd and about 11 right now. This is a key play to Plymouth Hold'em here.
Got to get that ball back. You have plenty of time to do something with it. But you got to get it back. 3rd down and 11. Football at the 34-yard line of Warsaw. Brock, snap, handoff into the secondary. This is going to give you some pause whether you give it a try or not.
Oh, they're going to go for this.
Duncan all the way out to the 42. He's within 3 yards of the first down, and you're right. They aren't even going to hesitate.
No,
100% going for it.
That was such a big play. 4th and 3. That's in their that's in their
4th
wheelhouse.
and 3 is just a handoff up the middle. I mean, it's what it's been all night. Man in motion. Brock stands up. He wants to change things. They put that guy in motion to see what the defense does with it, and that changes the play. So now they're going to come to the sideline, and they want to talk about it. The last thing you want is to give Plymouth the ball back with any kind of momentum. So they're going to take a break. We're going to take a break as well. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week. 14-0 Warsaw.
Looking for a stable career in an industry that doesn't slow down? Hoosier Racing Tire in Plymouth, Indiana is seeking motivated people who believe in quality and want to work in a safe environment. With thorough training provided for all positions, no experience needed. Second, third, and weekend shift production wages start around $20 an hour with potential at $25 an hour within a year. Quarterly bonuses, paid time off, and health insurance benefits that start on day one. Apply online at HoosierTire.com. That's HoosierTire.com. Hoosier Tire is an equal opportunity employer.
Back out of the timeout. Warsaw ready to go. 4th and 3 here at Plymouth High School. Rusty Nixon with Joe McKee. And a key play here for the Tigers. Man in motion, snap, handoff right up the middle, and his second effort got it.
Yep.
They had him stopped initially, but a great run by Brody Duncan. He'll push himself ahead. It's a little help from his offensive line, and it's 1st and 10 Warsaw at their 46, and the clock continues to run.
They got Brody Duncan listed 5'6", 175, and that probably looks about right, but boy,
he
quick.
Runs like he's about 220. Yep. He runs big. Ready to go. Man in motion. Snap, pitch to that man in motion. Goes around the corner, and he's gone. Quick pitch out there to Wyatt Harmon, and nobody turned him back inside. And just like that, it's now 20-0 Warsaw.
Nobody was there.
Everybody got sucked into the middle. Lathan Cotton, I'm not sure what he's talking about here. He may feel like he got held or something. I don't know, but he's having a discussion with the official down here as Warsaw will send the extra point team out to try to make it 21. But just a quick pitch to the outside. I mean, once again, they lull you to sleep. Dive, 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 wham. Some guy with 4.2 speed goes around the outside and kicks you.
And that's the first time I think they tested the outside.
Well, they passed that test.
Connection lost.
Snap is down, the kick is up, and it is good. And so with 4:16 to play, it is 21-0 Warsaw. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news. Some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Back at Plymouth High School, Rusty Nixon, Joe McKee. It is 21-0, 4:16 to play here in the half as Lightning has struck Plymouth late here in the first half. Had a nice drive going, trying to get something to hang your hat on at halftime, and what you got to hang your hat on is a 3-score lead.
Still got over 4 minutes to go, so there's plenty of time. Time's not going to be an issue here. They just
got to find something that works.
Consistently.
Yes, and back to receive Kaz Hunt and also Finn Hollop on this kick. So ready to kick it away. Low line driving and hit the up man right square in the chest.
And he caught
it and brings it forward.
That might have been one of the best catches I've ever seen.
What a catch. It was a line shot. They were trying to hit the up man and force a fumble.
I think that was Hudson Davis.
Hudson Davis was having none of it. He just caught that thing clean and came forward with it. Really great play by the up man. You don't normally see that, but that is, they were trying to kick it off of him to get that fumble. It would probably have bounced straight back to the Warsaw line, but
that might be a play of the game.
That very easily could be. That was a heck of a catch. Snap a little bit high. Caught by Shively. He'll bring it up the right side, gets to the hash over here. Pick up of 3. I'm going to say, you might want to try him out at shortstop.
That was,
or at least catcher. He made a nice catch on that. 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7 now. Clock continues to run at 3:50. And once again, you're in Warsaw territory again here. Wides to both sides, and Fernando, the man in the slot to the left. Hollum, the running back. Snap, they'll hand it to him. He goes forward, gets to the linebacker level, but no further. He'll be knocked down at the 46. 3rd down now. 5. You're probably in 4-down territory, but at the same time, I mean...
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on this play, Rusty.
I would agree with you.
If it's 3rd and long, I think you got to punt it, being down 21.
You need at least 3 or 4 yards on this play. So Shively brings him out. He's got Hollum to his left. H-back Gibbons is on the left side. Slot to the left side. Snap. Going to throw it out there to Fernando. He's got it. And somehow, I don't even know how, Metzger makes a great block out there, and once again, it's the same guy we've seen out there all day. Parker Sweet able to somehow fight that off and get a bit of Fernando enough to knock him down, but it's good for a 1st down. That had TD written all over it.
Shively throws a nice quick ball on those.
Trips out here to the right side. Gibbons the H-back to the left. In motion, Fernando. Snap is high. Shively's just going to have to fall on it at the 50. Couldn't get up the ladder high enough. That one was just high. And so now it's going to be 2nd down and long. Very long.
Again, just after a 1st down, nice play, getting a little momentum going, just one of those mental mistakes. That's
2nd and 20. Trips to the right here. Shively with Hollum to his left. Snap, back to throw. Looking to the right side. Man over the middle was open briefly, but it's intercepted as it ended up directly in the hands of the linebacker out there, Matthew Flores Ortega. He just sat in there in that zone and watched Shively's eyes, read him, and picked it off before it could get over the head of the linebacker.
Nice play by the Warsaw defense. Just like you said, sitting in that zone. I don't know if Shively ever even saw him.
I would guess that he didn't. He just saw Davis Jones coming free over the middle and just didn't get it high enough to get it over the linebacker. So now it's 1st and 10.
And 1:51 to go, and Warsaw still has 2 timeouts, so they have plenty of time.
They have plenty of time to put another one on the board before half. It's 21-0. Minute 51. Plymouth defense shifting, man in motion. The same exact play. And what a play out there by your corner. Boy, Lathan Cotton almost took the pitch.
He could have taken that pitch. I just don't think he saw it.
He was right there and just barely got past him, but it didn't go anywhere anyway because Ethan O'Leary is out there to clean it up. Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Well, it worked for 6 before. Why not try it again? Didn't work that time. Now rolling to the left. Brock has a man open, and he underthrows it. Brock had his receiver out there. It was the H-back from the right side. That's number 29, Wyatt Harmon, and he couldn't bring it in. It was just too low.
Too low. Running to your left throw. I mean, that's a hard throw for anybody.
3rd down, 12 yards to go, minute 15. Yeah, I think if I'm Curtis, I'm running this football the next 2 downs.
Well, yeah.
You can run it out. Why would you give them the ball again? Let's see what he decides to do. He's got wideouts to the right side. They're both single covered. Now a snap and a whistle, and Warsaw wants to talk about it. It looked like they were going to run to the right again on that sweep. So, 2nd timeout taken by Warsaw. We'll take a quick break as well before halftime. It's 1:15 to play, 21-0 Warsaw. We'll be right back.
Like pizza, right? But have you tried the pizza at Bourbon Street Pizza lately? More fresh ingredients and a new pizza sauce recipe. It's like a slice of heaven each and every time you take a bite. And now there's 16 new style of pizzas for you to choose from on the menu. And let's not forget the mouth-watering wings or their 5 different pasta dishes to choose from. Bourbon Street Pizza with area locations in Plymouth, Culver, Argus, Walkerton, Napanee, and in Bourbon. If you're looking for a quick and delicious dinner for the entire family to enjoy, look no further than a Bourbon Street Pizza location near you.
Back at Plymouth High School, Rusty Nix and Joe McKee, minute 15 before halftime, Warsaw with a football. They wanted to talk it over, trying to get a little more here. They lead it 21-0. They'll come back. They got that tight formation, man in motion. Brock going to come back the other way, and Lathan Cotton says, hi, what took you so long?
I think Plymouth should call a timeout.
Lathan Cotton was just standing there waiting on him, and Plymouth will call a timeout. With a minute 4, it's going to bring up 4th and long. 4th and 16, and Plymouth will call a timeout. We'll keep it here.
You never know what can happen on a snap or a good punt return here. There's still a lot of time. Plymouth still got another timeout, so you never know.
We haven't seen the punt return team a lot. The way teams kick now on punts tend to not be returnable. They'll kick away from whoever's out there, especially if they have a reputation like some of the guys in this conference do. We'll take a look at some scores coming up at halftime. One that our sister station, WKBI, if you're a Triton fan, you may want to tune that in. 8-0, Judson with the lead. They're in the first quarter there at Judson. Well, that is a tough place to play football.
That is.
We were over
we
there
had
for
a game
that playoff
there
game last year. Boy, they make such a. It's the only place you're going to hear Ramstein on the pregame tape. I'm just telling you, that impressed me the first time I heard it. That is impressive. So now punt, and out to kick it for Warsaw is going to be the same guy that's been kicking off. That's Fisher Whitaker. He'll punt it away. It's high, it's deep. It's going to come down to Hunt. He'll pick it up at the 25. At the 30, 35, makes a guy miss. 40, 45, and he's driven out of bounds. And right around the 46, so not a bad return. 54 seconds left. And I'm just thinking, if you can get out there and get that ball in the hands of Fernando again, and somehow Parker Sweet does miss a tackle, it'll be 6.
Oh, I think Warsaw's going to play soft here, keep everything in front of them. But they can do some chunk plays here, 15, 20 yards, get down there and take a shot.
So 1st and 10, football at the Plymouth 45. Trips out here to the right side. Single receiver to the left. Shibley with Howland, the running back. Snap, back to throw, looking to the right. Going to throw over the middle. Has a man there, Fernando. A pickup of 15. He'll get knocked down at the 43.
Clock will stop while the chains reset, and that ball was tipped, too.
51 seconds left. First down brought to you by First Source Bank. Trips to the left side this time. Single receiver to the right is Davis. Back to throw. Shibley looking deep. Throws it long. He's got a man on that hash mark and just threw it a little bit too far to the inside. Going down that side was Grady Metzger, I believe. Is that who that was? It was 14. That was Christian Cruz Mahler. Couldn't adjust back to the middle far enough. And it's incomplete.
And he had a shot at that. I mean,
Ben just threw it a little bit more towards the hash. Mahler was a little bit outside, more towards the numbers. So now we've got receivers in the slots to both sides here. Holland, the running back. 2nd down and 10, 38 seconds left. Snap, looking to throw. Shibley steps up, nothing to do, and he gets flushed out. He's tackled at the 40, gain of a couple, and Plymouth will take another timeout.
I think that's their last timeout, so they got 3rd down here. They don't need to go to the end zone here. There's no need to. They just need to get about 15, 20 yards, get it down to the 20-yard line, clock the ball, and you're going to have 2 or 3 plays into the end zone.
21-0 the score. You're right, that is the last Plymouth timeout, but they really didn't have much choice but to take it there. 3rd down and 9. I would say that if you're wise here, you'd give 2 plays to run so that you get down there. You know what you're going to do if you complete the first one.
Oh, absolutely. You want this play to get a first down, though, so at least maybe it'll stop the clock momentarily.
33 seconds left, 21-0 Warsaw lead. Shively, bunch set to the right of 3 receivers, 1 receiver to the left. Snap, Shively rolls to the right, looks over to the sideline.
Get out.
Davis Hunt, and he does not get out.
He doesn't, but it's still a first down.
First down. The clock will stop while they reset the chains.
And this will be exactly what we said. Clock the ball here.
Davis Jones with the catch. Snap, and they'll clock it. So it'll be 2nd down here in 10. Davis Jones, just a great job by the defender to hold him in bounds.
Yep. You still got 26 seconds, it looks like. You're going to have 3 shots in the end zone, or you got to get at least 10 yards. You can't have anything short of 10
why
yards.
Not take another roll out, try to get yourself another short first down, and then take your shot.
Yep. You need at least 10, though.
First down brought to you, I should have said, by First Source Bank.
Source Bank.
Man in the slots, both sides. Snap, roll to the left this time. Shively.
Oh.
And a flag comes
and
in.
He's
got a man wide open in the end zone. It's 6, but it's all coming back. All going to come back. Metzger's alone in the end zone. Shively hits him perfectly, and the flag came in. We saw it happen. They're going to bring it all back here as that single yellow marker out at the 32.
And that's tough because he was rolling to his left, and that was on the backside there. Again, nothing to really do with the play. That's the same referee that called another play, Rusty.
Well, apparently he knows that call.
He does, but boy, what a timely penalty.
You're taking 6 points off the board.
And momentum and just everything.
That was a 30-yard touchdown pass taken off the board. Plymouth will have to do it again. 2nd and 20. Football at the 39. Holland, the running back, in the pistol. Trips to the left. Single receiver is Davis to the right. Fake handoff, throw back over the middle, and I don't think Metzger was on the same page.
I don't know about that play call because that could have been a disaster.
It was a dangerous throw out there in the flat as Metzger came curling back around. It was one of those little curl screens. The other receivers went upfield, but Metzger wasn't even close to where the ball was thrown.
Even if he catches it, it's going to be short of the first down, and the clock's going to run out.
19 seconds now. 3rd down and 20. Football still at the 39. Snap. Back to throw. Steps up. Shively looking deep again. He's got a man. Oh, and there's no interference call on that. It's a battle in the end zone. It's going to be an interception. Cruz Mahler was in a hand fight with the defender, and I'm guessing it was because they had to have both been playing the ball, but it is an interception with 7 seconds. It'll come out to the 20.
But that's an interception you'll take, one of your last plays. And, again, it was a 50-50 ball. So
it just floated a little bit. Mahler couldn't win the hand fight. And so the interception will give it back to Warsaw with 7 seconds.
But, again, we took a touchdown off the board because of a holding penalty, and this game could be completely different at halftime. 21-7 with Plymouth having momentum, and 21-0.
You're giving the ball back to Warsaw at the end of the halftime break, too. So
yeah.
That doesn't help anything. So now they're going to go into that victory formation. They're just going to kneel it down and let the clock run. So that's going to end the first half. It was a wild one. Warsaw coming out with a couple of big plays and doing what they do. They'll head to halftime with a lead of 21-0. We'll take a break. We come back. We'll have our halftime show. We're listening to Max 98.3 FM, Game of the Week.
In a world where there's so many ways to get your news, stay connected by finding out information about your school, local news, along with sports and current events. With a subscription to the Pilot News, they bring you everything you need to know right at your fingertips, or on your doorstep. Call Circulation today and ask for their monthly special. Call 574-936-3101 today. Pilot News, Marshall County's news source since 1851.
Looking for a stable career in an industry that doesn't slow down? Hoosier Racing Tire in Plymouth, Indiana is seeking motivated people who believe in quality and want to work in a safe environment. With thorough training provided for all positions, no experience needed. Second, third, and weekend shift production wages start around $20 an hour with potential at $25 an hour within a year. Quarterly bonuses, paid time off, and health insurance benefits that start on day one. Apply online at HoosierTire.com. That's HoosierTire.com. Hoosier Tire is an equal opportunity employer.
Your morning, it deserves more than just coffee. It deserves Big B coffee. From velvety lattes to our famous sweet foam cold brews, every sip is brewed with love, laughter, and a splash of fun. All first responders and veterans receive a free brewed coffee and 20% off their entire order. Students and teachers receive 10% off with a valid school ID. Have the best day ever by stopping in to your family favorite local coffee shop where every cup comes with a smile and every day starts brighter. Stop in today and let's make it a big day. Big B Coffee, have the best day ever, located on Columbus Drive in Plymouth.
It's the Big B Coffee Halftime Show.
Back at Plymouth High School, Rusty Nixon with Joe McKee. It is not just halftime, it's homecoming halftime, which means extra time, which means we get to see the band. We didn't get to see them last time.
And that's looks like some Ted Nugent camouflage out there.
Yeah,
with
we're looking
zebra.
at some zebra-looking stuff. I didn't know whether it was that or maybe I was going back to my college days. But anyway, the band will be out here to perform for us. I was going to have the King and Queen named. Well, I've got AD Josh Troyer going to come on with us, talk about some of the other things going on at Plymouth. But what's going on right here is just Warsaw controlling everything right now.
They are. Their first score came on a botched snap from Plymouth, so it was a 2-yard drive. You got to throw that one out. Other than that, their other two scores were on big plays. A busted pass coverage and a long sweep run, basically, just a jet sweep. So 2 big plays. They have controlled the line of scrimmage, though, kind of had their way with Plymouth. They're getting 3, 4, 5 yards a pop. So they're doing what they want to do. But, take away those 2 big plays and the bobbled, snap, and Plymouth's touchdown you took off the board, it could be a different game.
I agree with you. If you get that at the end and you don't have the bad snap on the punt, you're looking at a one-score game.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, Warsaw's outplayed Plymouth in pretty much every aspect, but Plymouth has shown some success on offense. They've made some nice plays. Shively's made some nice passes. Holland's made some nice runs, but they just always, that penalty will come up, or that bad snap, or just missed block, something like that. And I don't think there's room for errors that much against Warsaw.
No, because Warsaw's going to take advantage of every error you make.
Yeah. So it's 21-0. It could be closer, but it could be more than that too. So it's going to be interesting in the second half.
Take a break. When we come back, we'll talk to Josh Troyer, AD at Plymouth, and you're listening to our Big B Coffee Halftime Show.
Your morning, it deserves more than just coffee. It deserves Big B coffee. From velvety lattes to our famous sweet foam cold brews, every sip is brewed with love, laughter, and a splash of fun. All first responders and veterans receive a free brewed coffee and 20% off their entire order. Students and teachers receive 10% off with a valid school ID. Have the best day ever by stopping in to your family favorite local coffee shop where every cup comes with a smile and every day starts brighter. Stop in today and let's make it a big day. Big B Coffee, have the best day ever, located on Columbus Drive in Plymouth.
And Josh Troyer, the athletic director of Plymouth, joins us. Spend a little time talking about other things going on other than just football over at the school. And honestly, man, some of this stuff is starting to wind down. I know the sport you've been coaching is, they're finished. I saw the notice for your banquet coming up here.
Yeah, it was was a good season, but man, it flies. Girls golf is always so fast. So, hate to see it end for the girls, but at the same point, my life is starting to get where I can try to get kind of caught up with stuff that wasn't able to do as much of over the last, month and a half. So, there's bittersweet pieces of that, and also some good things to allow me to kind of get back to the other part of my job.
I know you had, towards the end of the year, you're getting some consistent performances. I mean, it was one of those years of improvement for that team, wasn't it?
Yeah, super proud of them. I mean, we had some optional days, and the girls still showed up. I mean, they wanted to put the work in. They wanted to be, the best they could be, and was super proud of them. They all saw kind of improvement throughout the year with the work they were putting in. And, unfortunately, Stonehenge is a really tough course, and they kind of all had little, blimps in the road that, ended up, our closest was 5 strokes for making it out, which is still, when you think about a round of golf, 5 strokes is not a lot. No. And we were right there. Just, that's the tough thing about golf too, is, you don't really have a target number you're trying to get to at the end of the day. You're just trying to shoot the best you can and then kind of see where that shakes out. And, unfortunately for our girls, it just wasn't enough, but really all 5 of them got better throughout the year, put a ton of work in, and was super proud of that for sure.
I'm going to assume that you would be open to having a new head coach next year. I know you've got a lot of experience doing that, but your job is intricate enough as it is without having to weave a sports season into it.
Oh, 100%. I kudos to whatever ADs do that still. There's tons of things I'd still like to accomplish as an AD that makes it a lot harder when you're coaching a full season too. Hopefully that's not necessarily what I want to do again next year. I really enjoy it. It's different, connection with athletes when you're coaching compared to being the AD. So that part was fun and, always enjoyable, but at the same point, getting to where I can focus a full year on just the athletic department and the things that we want to accomplish and, try to create some new experiences for our athletes is obviously something I would definitely want to continue to do for sure.
It is interesting you mentioned that connection aspect of it too, because I know that was the one thing my dad always wanted to, whenever there was a chance to sub-teach in one of the classrooms, he took it because he missed that connection when he was in the office all the time. And I think that's probably the tough thing you guys have to balance is, that personal connection with, the other stuff you got to get done.
Yeah, it's so much easier, right? When you're there every day with them and your 2-hour practice, you have bus rides, you have events, and you're connecting on just a different level than as an AD where you're not directly involved in the huddles, you're not directly involved in, the practices and events. I feel like, they talk about it, right? Every step you go up the ladder in leadership, right? You're further removed from the students, right? And that's kind of where it goes. I communicate a lot more with our coaches and our assistant coaches and sponsors and those kind of things. My day-to-day connection is just not as much with the athletes. It's one reason why I do like doing our student leadership group and those kind of things, still to have some of that, but it's just not the regular day-to-day that you get as a coach with athletes every day of the week.
Let's talk about another one of your programs. It's kind of winding down a little bit. The NLC in tennis was this week, and once again, it's another one of those fall teams. Our tennis program has been one of the best ever, forever. But every now and then, you got those years where you got young guys getting some experience, and this was kind of one of those years for them, just getting some guys out on the court and getting them better.
Yeah, I was super excited. I got to go watch them on Tuesday, the first night. Now, we drew the number 2 seed in I think every bracket, so clearly wasn't set up for a night of huge success, right? Going in when you're facing the ranked opponent, you're not the ranked opponent. But it was super proud just to see their work, see what they've been putting in. We've got a lot of young athletes in that program that I think will only be better, right, because of those kind of experiences. The hardest piece of all that I always think with young athletes is realizing that you have years ahead of you, right? Like, and using it as that thing of like, okay, where do I still need to get better so I can be that, that seeded opponent in the NLC and not be, the unseeded opponent having to face them too. So I think we learned a lot of lessons. They're putting a ton of work in. Coach Heck is very detailed in his practice. I love going out there and seeing, they're working all the different serve techniques and those kind of things. And I played 1 year of tennis, so I'm definitely no tennis star by any means, but it's interesting just to hear all the details that he's talking through them with, to continue again to try to be a little bit better the next day and The biggest thing with any of those sports, right, is you got to put a lot of time in to be good. It's crazy, right? Like the amount of time you see a lot of those athletes go into the indoor tennis clubs in the winter and those kind of things.
Yeah.
Like it's not easy by any means. And, I look forward to seeing kind of our young athletes continue to commit to being better at that sport and, challenging for those NLC titles in the coming years for sure.
I think there's so many things that are involved with that sport as opposed to others. I mean, you mentioned ranked opponents. There's foreign exchange students that come in who played overseas for years, and now they're the number one guy at Goshen or whatever. Then you got guys that do nothing but tennis all year. Well, we kind of basically we get the athletes, the gym rats. I mean, I know Barry and Beth used to talk about it all the time. We exist because we get guys that just they want to compete at something, and that becomes an issue. And especially you add the schedule in. Plymouth never backs away from playing as tough a schedule as they can. So you got a lot of things going on there.
Yeah, it's definitely not. I mean, even our sectional with Academy in there every year, they're a historically tough program, right? So you've got to build against that because athletes see at the end of the day, right? Like there's a hurdle that they have to overcome, a pretty big hurdle, right? If they want to make it past the sectional level, right? So seeing that, I love the fact that like really all of our best tennis players, if you look back over the last, 5 years plus, even before I got here, were multi-sport athletes, if not three-sport athletes.
Yep.
And I think that speaks testament to our athletes, also our coaches, to be flexible enough to say, hey, whatever time you can give me, let's put this in and use our athleticism and try to be pretty good because, tennis is not something you can play a couple times a year and be competitive in our conference with our schedule and our sectional. You gotta find as much time as you can to try to put into it and see where that leaves you.
Talk about volleyball a little bit too. New coach, hardly new to anybody here in Plymouth. She and her family are kind of synonymous with volleyball in the city of Plymouth. But it's been one of those years where they've had some really great runs and then some other times where you shook your head a little bit. I mean, and once again, another program's got a lot of young people adjusting to a new coach. And it seems like recently they've really started to string together some good work.
Yeah, I mean, finished second at our invitational, which is at least in my time period, is way better than we've ever finished in our own invite. Yeah. And our invite's tough. Don't get me wrong. Second in the Concord invite this year. We took a set against Warsaw at their place, which was the first set we won, I think, since like 2018-ish range. So we've done some good things, right? It's building. And super excited with them. I think they put a ton of work into. You see them in the gym every day, working very hard. I think our coaching staff has put a ton of time in and work well together. And you can see that with our girls that they're definitely becoming, again, more and more competitive. It's what you want to see, right? That you're building towards that sectional. And it's one that I'm excited to really see them compete at the sectional level and kind of see where that goes here at the end of the year.
And you throw in the schedule again with them. I mean, how many ranked opponents have they played in the last 2 weeks? 3 or 4 at least. So, you're looking at some of the best teams in at least Northern Indiana that are on your schedule every year.
Yeah, and it's such a tough schedule too because you have those weekend tournaments. You're not really sure who you're going to play each week, and then you get those weeks. We have a couple weeks in there where it's 4 or 5 games in a week. It's a grueling schedule to an extent, but volleyball plays a lot of games in a very short window. And our girls, I think, have handled that really well and clearly are showing, that they're trending in the right direction at the right time.
Cross-country runners have had a solid year, too. I mean, once again, a lot of young guys, but some really solid runners that have carried those teams and kept them going. That's a weird season, too. They only run on the weekends now, right, or something like that?
Yeah, pretty close to it. You have those weekday ones, but it's really hard when you're putting in all that effort for a Saturday invitational. That's pretty big, and the amount of mileage, as you know, right?
Yeah.
Like I always love when they come in and say, "I only ran 3 miles today." I'm like, "Only." Not with the word I would have used.
I couldn't drive 3 miles.
Correct. And they're like, "I was only 3 miles today." I'm like, "Bless you guys. I appreciate the fact that that's what you think." But yeah, I mean, we have some really talented upperclassmen that I think are really showing the ropes to our younger kids, and we also have some really good young performances too, which is nice to have within a program, right? You see some some of that, top tier success is from some of our, kind of older runners. But at the same point, you're starting to see those younger kids really starting to put in some times that show that they could have some really big success and big impact on our program here over the next couple of years too.
Schedules kind of become a theme of this talk. I think we'll talk a little bit about football now, and you're going into a string of 4 games here. I would put those 4 games in a row against any 4 games in a row on any schedule in the state and feel pretty good. That was the toughest run.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy, and that's the thing you get now with this conference rotation that we have. That once one game kind of cycles through to the end of your schedule or closer to the end of your schedule, it's just kind of how it works out. And definitely was the easier part, right, of our conference schedule so far. If you look at their strength of schedule, their Sagarin ratings, all of those things. But I would say Wawasee played super hard with it being their homecoming. Their quarterback had shifted back to their old one, who I thought looked really dynamic and explosive last week. Northridge was a big win for us on the road to kind of get all that run started. And then now it's, you've had some chances to win. I think winning close games against Ridge and Wawasee hopefully will benefit us too, because you're not going to walk into a Warsaw, a Northwood, a Mishawaka, a Concord and win by 40, right? Like it's no matter how good your team is. I mean, we could be one of the best teams in the state and you're still not beating one of those programs probably by 40.
No.
So you're going to have to win a close game, right? And we saw that last year come to fruition against Warsaw too. Like, you've got to be able to bounce back. You got to be able to answer. And I think our team has had to do those things over the last couple of weeks, which hopefully is a good preparation. Obviously, stronger opponents coming forward, but they've definitely been tested. I'm looking forward to seeing how our guys just kind of respond. Homecoming for us, obviously this week, and building into that the toughest part of our schedule to see how we compete against what everyone would say is the top part of the conference and proving that we belong there.
You got Concord at the end of the year. Talk about that just a little bit. I know we'll be back over there for the Mishawaka game, but that's going to be at Lucas Oil, and that's got to be exciting. But, I mean, there's a lot of different kind of work that goes into it for your office.
For sure, yeah. We're still trying to figure out whether or not we're going to take charter buses. It's not cheap, so trying to see if we can find some sponsors for that, or we're going to may take yellow buses anyway.
Yeah.
And again, it's not like we haven't traveled that far before with traveling to Eastbrook and those kind of things, but super excited for our kids to get to go down via Lucas Oil, for our fan base to get to experience that as well. And, hopefully it's not your only experience, right? You want kind of that taste, because that's where, if you want to play for state finals, that's where you got to go. Right.
Yep.
So always good for our kids to see that. I know a couple years ago we did like a summer 7-on-7 there, which was a great experience, but to get to play a full game, appreciate Concord footing the bill for that one. We're happy to be the opponent and not pay for that piece of the puzzle. So it'll be great for our kids and definitely worth the time to figure out these other things to allow them to enjoy that experience.
Well, man, I want to thank you once again for taking the time. I know you're a busy man, and I appreciate you talking to us about the other stuff going on too. And we'll be in touch. I guess we'll be back for the Mishawaka game. So not before. We'll see you then.
Yeah, I'd love to give a shout out to our cheer squad. They've done their first competition.
Yeah.
They have a full competition season coming here. So it was great to get to watch them compete last week at Lake Central. They go to Mount Vernon tomorrow. So they're full competing, trying to make it to nationals in Florida at Disney. So we'll see kind of how the next few weeks go for them. But they had a great, first experience this past week, and we'll see how they kind of build upon that as they travel to Mount Vernon this Saturday.
Thanks for mentioning that. I had that on my website, but I'd forgotten that had happened this week. I know that when I interviewed your coach, Brenna, when she first took over, that was one of the things that was her goal. She wanted to have a competition team and get out and do this. And so it's good to see that come to fruition.
Oh, for sure. She's put a ton of time in. Our girls have put a ton of time in. I know learning those routines on top of, the sideline things that they do for our game day experience is just another piece to that puzzle. But, it was really neat to get to see them compete against, 20 plus other schools in the state at Lake Central. And we'll see kind of where they go with it. I know, obviously the ultimate goal is to make it to Disney and compete. And that would be a great experience for our kids. And we'll see how that goes here over the next few weeks as they kind of experience competition season for the first time.
Well, man, once again, thank you so much for taking the time, and I guess we'll see you in a few hours.
Yeah, that sounds great. I appreciate it.
Josh Troyer, Plymouth AD. Stay right there.
Absolute Plumbing, Heating, Cooling of Plymouth has become one of the leading service companies in northern Indiana. Serving Marshall, Stark, St. Joe, Fulton, LaPorte, Elkhart, and Kosciuszko County since 2014. They specialize in residential, commercial plumbing, heating, and cooling services. They also handle drain cleaning, water heater repair, commercial refrigeration, furnaces, generators, and much more. And they're the area's only York brand dealer. That's why Michiana has made Absolute Heating and Cooling their one-stop shop for service needs. Locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience in the trade. Visit their website at absolutephc.com for complete service information. Absolute Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, the area's top York brand dealer.
Johnson Danielson Funeral Home has been established in the community of Plymouth since 1879, and its staff is committed to providing care that goes beyond the expected in serving today's families who call Marshall County their home. They welcome families seeking options and alternative ways to pay tribute to someone, from burial packages to pre-planning to planning a checklist. The professionals, along with caring staff at Johnson Danielson, are available to assist your family 24 hours a day by simply calling 574-936-2829. Visit their website at johnsondanielson.com for a complete list of services. Johnson Danielson Funeral Home. Service beyond expectation.
At Plymouth High School as halftime winds down. You know, you at one point I thought you were kind of the DraftKings
Yeah,
of the
I missed
homecoming court thing, but you would have
missed
paid
it.
out big today.
I would have. And I don't even remember who won, but they were all deserving.
Yeah.
I just had a hunch about one, and I was wrong. So,
But you've
thanks
been
for bringing.
right.
I know, but
everywhere else you've been right. So you come back to your home school and
yeah.
you can't call it?
no. So thanks for leading the second half of the show with that. I appreciate that. So
don't worry, I'll screw up before this is over with. So, probably before the next two sentences are over with. Take a look at a couple of other scores. This is one going on our sister station, WKBI, Triton and North Judson. Second quarter, it's 8-7.
Oh, geez.
Judson with the lead, but that is Triton right there with them. So that's one we'll continue to watch. Locally, as well, as I stream down here, why do they put all these Michigan scores in here? I don't know. Obviously, here it's 21-0, Warsaw over Plymouth. This is one that's, once again, next week, Plymouth takes on Northwood. They're going to have another team, I think, who's just really going to be angry.
Yeah.
Halftime, Concord 24, Northwood 6. So that one going on.
Concord's good.
They are in another room.
Good.
They are in another. I thought they were good last year. I can't.
Man,
they're better this year. I don't know how. Caston leads Culver 7-6. That one at halftime as well. Culver trying to get back in the win column. We will be here in 2 weeks when Mishawaka comes to town. They are ahead of Northridge at halftime, 21-7. Also at halftime, this is going to be a battle. Glen 14, Bremen 7. That is one of those rivalries. And Glen ahead in that one at halftime, 14-7 over Bremen. Also Culver Academy, Kankakee Valley. That one way out at Kankakee Valley, so no score on that one yet. It is underway. And then I don't know if this is a surprise, but it's something that started last week. Knox 22, LaVille 16 in the second quarter.
Wow.
Lancers hanging right there. Glenn did the same thing. I know earlier in the week when I talked to Jeff Kaiser, he said, look, they showed everybody a little bit of something that this team can be dealt with.
They can be. Oh, absolutely.
He said, you're not going to stop them from scoring. You're not going to stop Miles McLaughlin from being the best football player on the field, but slow them down, and you stay in the game. And that's what LaVille's doing right now. They're behind at half, but 22-16 the score. So Plymouth will kick it off here to start the second half. 21-0 our score. Bremen out in front. Carlos Carrillo will be the guy putting it in play. You know, Dom Vasquez has a little guy number. He plays defensive line.
Yeah,
He's the other kicker.
I know. You talk to Coach Hadley every week.
Every
Just
week
bring that up.
I lobby for that, and he won't pay attention to me. Just like when I said, do the single wing. Just change your whole offense.
Big bounce.
Big bounce on the kickoff. Going to be covered out there by the up man for Warsaw. They'll start 1st and 10 at the 25. Covering that one is one of the frontline guys, Jack Bradford. Does the smart thing and just falls on top of it. So 1st and 10 at the 25. Warsaw has it back. You really need to stop here.
You do, and we'll see what kind of defensive adjustments that we did do at halftime. So Warsaw, they're going to come out and do what they did the first half. Why wouldn't you?
That's what they've done for 8 years, I think. So Brock will bring him out, and I believe that is still Duncan in the backfield. He'll take it straight ahead, and he'll find himself in the secondary. He's close to a first down. No, that is Shank again.
Plymouth was trying to dance around there right before the snap, maybe trying to confuse them, but I think Warsaw knows what they want to do. There's zone blocking. I think they're disciplined enough that that's not going to work against them.
2nd and 1. Football placed down at the 34-yard line. Brock with a single running back. Wide receivers only a couple of steps off to the right here. In motion and a whistle, and looked like the ball was on the ground for a second there. We'll see what that call is. It's going to be illegal procedure against Warsaw. So one of the few mistakes they've made tonight.
And again, the handoff there was going to be, that was botched anyway. That was failed from the beginning.
So they'll move it back 5. It'll be 2nd down and 6 now. Football at the 29-yard line, just underway here in quarter number 3, 21-0 Warsaw. Brock has him out. Wide receiver just a couple of steps off the line to the right. H-backs both sides. Man in motion, snap, handoff right up the middle. I think that's Shank again. And actually, no, is that Brock that carried that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I missed. See, that's why they don't have me playing defense.
No, they run the offense that good.
Well, it might have to do with the fact I'm 64 years old and can't see 2 inches in front of my face. But thank you for
they
run
that offense that well, because I was following the up back too.
That's what gets you, and he's reading one guy down there. Whatever he does, that tells Brock what to do with the football. He'll look at it again. Man in motion. Snap. Handoff goes straight ahead this time to Shank. He's going to be really, really close.
I think they're going to mark him about a half yard short.
He's going to be at the 39. It's going to be 4th and 1, less than 1. I don't know why you don't go for it.
No, he's not even going to hesitate here.
No hesitation here. You don't see any special team coming out. Well, in this offense, if you're 4th and less than a yard, you go for it every time. Plymouth now stack up a couple of guys in that front. Brock, they're even tighter if that's possible.
Watch the quarterback sneak.
Even tighter in that formation. Snap, and that's going to be an easy one. Offside. Plymouth is trying to time that snap. Verhage just got a step too far.
We might have stopped that too.
Yeah, it was going to be a big gain, that's for sure. It might have been a yard, but Verhage just a little bit anxious. Got over the line, and now it's 1st and 10, Warsaw. 9:38, clock running in the 3rd. Brock, he'll have a wide out this time. All the way out to the other side. That's Logan Carl. Tight formation everywhere else. H-backs both sides, fullback right behind the quarterback. Snap, handoff, Shank. Straight ahead. He'll pick up a couple. Be 2nd down. Football marked at the 42.
Just methodically marching down the field. 3 yards of a carry. Yep.
It's what they do. And why it's so hard to beat, because you'll look up at the end of this, even if they didn't get points. Carlos, back up, bud.
Yeah, I mean, it's a radio because nobody could see that, but good call.
Carlos was 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and finally, hey, we're back here, son. So they're all set now. Snap, handoff again, directly up the middle. Pick up a 3 or 4, marked down at the 47. Once again, Shank.
His backs just run so hard, so low. They got 2 hands on the ball. Everything fundamentally
And
correct.
they're totally fine with 3 yards at a pop. That's a big play for them until they learn some misdirection and break one on you for 20.
Well, or 2 touchdowns like they did the first half.
8 minutes and moving. What I was going to say is you get done with this, even if they don't get points, you're going to see they ran 7 minutes off the clock. Handoff, no, it's going to be pulled. And Brock will take it for a gain of about 8. He'll get knocked down at the Plymouth 45, and it'll be another Warsaw first down. Clock will continue to run, 7:50 to play here in the third.
I didn't do this game last year with you. Was Brock their quarterback last year?
Yeah,
Rusty?
he was.
Boy,
And
he just runs this offense
But
so
see,
well.
I think last year he tried to do a little bit too much, and I think that's what got him into trouble. He is only, I think, a junior. We've been watching him for 2 years. I think he got in the game 2 years ago over here. Back to throw. He's got a man wide open. Hits him in stride. Sweet will just try to outrun Hunt, but once again, nobody at all on the right side. No coverage at all. And Kaz Hunt tried to chase him down, but wonder what happened. Yeah, I think you got your corners are just crashing down a little too hard.
Like you said, they're trying to, overcommit, and they're just threw a nice ball there, hit him right in stride.
It was a perfect ball. Hit Sweet right in stride as he ran down that right side, right down the numbers. It's 27-0 now. And back out to try the extra point is Fisher Whitaker. And a snap is a little high. The kick is away. We'll wait for the call, and it is good. So with 7:22 to play here in the third, it is 28-0 Warsaw. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
There's a trend happening around the educational world. More and more high school graduates are attending smaller community colleges to start their educational journey. At Marian University's Ancilla College, we welcome students from all walks of life. The opportunities at Marian University are endless, from living on campus to being a collegiate student athlete. From day one, your professors will help you create a plan for a success at Marian and beyond. Find out more about Marian University's Ancilla College through our website at marian.edu/Ancilla today.
Back at Plymouth High School, Rusty Nixon, Joe McKee. It is 28-0 now. Warsaw, first drive of the third quarter. Tigers just methodically drive it down, and once again, the big plays have been the ones that have scored.
Yeah, I mean, Plymouth wasn't doing anything to stop them there, but chunk plays. That's killed us tonight.
That's 3 over 30-yard plays that have scored for them. Meanwhile, almost every other play was 3 yards, 5 yards.
Kind of lull you to sleep.
And then they hit you with the big strike. 7:22 to play in the third, and we'll see a kickoff again. That is Fisher Whitaker going to put his foot into it here to get it started. Back deep, Holloman. Once again, he tried to kick it right off one of the up men. They went to the second line this time, and no better results as Verhage will just catch that thing and fall on it.
Nice job, though, getting the ball at the 36-yard line. Good field position.
So let's see what they have cooked up. Ben Shively will come out, if you remember. At the end of the second quarter, they had to take 6 off. He threw a perfect ball in the end zone to Grady Metzger, but holding call brought it all back. And so that's why we stand with 0 on the board for Plymouth. Trips here to the right side. Wide receiver with 2 men in the slot. H back to the left. In motion. Fernando. Handoff. Up the middle. Finn Hollum gets into the second tier, but no further. He'll get knocked down at the 48, or 43, I should say. And it'll be second down.
And I think Warsaw's probably okay with that. Just keep everything in front of them. No quick scores. If Plymouth's going to score, make them use the clock.
Got a 4-score lead. You got the clock is your friend already if you're Warsaw. Shively will get the play from the sideline. They'll bring it out. 2nd down and 4. Holland, the running back, to his right. Trips again to the right this time, but this time the H-back Gibbons to the right as well. Snap, he'll come back across the pile, and Holland will get close. And once again, look at the difference between where the two officials are standing.
Yarnett, now he moves back.
Now he moves back. The official in front of the Plymouth bench had him at least a yard further ahead, so it's going to be 3rd and less than a yard. The guy in front of the Warsaw sideline, he wasn't going to let that happen. So they're just inside the 45. I should say outside the 45. Trips to the left. Gibbons in motion. He'll stop on the left side. Runs straight forward by Shively. He'll have plenty for the first down. Brought to you by
First Source Bank.
Football will be marked down at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 Plymouth. Clock will run at 6:07. And a 28-0 Warsaw lead. I don't want to say you're desperate at this point, but you have got to have points on this drive. If you don't want to end up in a place you don't want to be, you've got to have something here. Man in motion is Fernando. Shively fakes it, goes straight up the middle himself. He'll pick up 7. You know, his ability to run the football has really gone through the roof.
Oh, it has, absolutely.
In that first game when we saw him, he was a pass-first guy. He was not really interested in running the ball that much. He's had a nice night running the football, but can't get anything else consistently. Man in the slot to the right here. Wides both sides. Quick throw into the slot, and it overthrows Fernando as it'll be incomplete. Trying to hit Fernando on that little play where he just waits, kind of a screen look to it. And just missed him.
It's starting to get a little chippy out there, Rusty. I don't know if you noticed, but the Warsaw number 67 and Kleindienst, they're kind of going at it right on the nose.
Well, I could see that.
I can see it, but he lines up right on his Kleindienst there. And last play, I thought he lined up off sides, but no, he's back a little bit this time. Not much.
His hands are close.
Yeah.
His hands are really close.
And you got to call that.
Yeah, I know. He goes forward. Shively will be close to the first down. Yeah, if he is that close lining up and then he leans forward,
his head's
no question
in front of his hands. We got a first down anyway, but
brought to you by First Source Bank.
They're getting after it.
1st and 10, football at the Warsaw 41. Clock continues to run at 4:56. 28-0 Warsaw lead. Trips to the left. Man in motion, Fernando. Hand off to Finn Holland. He'll go right up the middle. Nothing there. He'll get a couple.
that Warsaw player is listed at 6'3", 310. So, and he's every bit of it.
Oh yeah, he is.
And he's a stout 310.
Yeah, he's not that guy who just missed the weight room days. He's probably lives in there. Another tight set by Plymouth. Trips here to the right. Now he'll move Holland to the right side. Snap, fake, a wide receiver catch here in the slot. Fernando going to be knocked down shy of the first down, but a decent gain, about 8.
And that quick pass has probably been their most consistent play tonight.
It's been there most of the night. It's just been one
block.
Block away from 6 about 3 times.
I'd like to see Shively pump that and then let him go in and out. I mean, just see if Warsaw bites on that.
Yeah, we'll see what they decide to do. Trips again to the right side. Gibbons to the left. In motion, Fernando. Snap, Shively will keep it. Looking just
he fumbled,
to get the first down, but he is across there. He'll get it, I think, although the guy on the Warsaw side again, nope, he's signaling first down. It was still a little shorter of where I thought it was going to be. First and 10 brought to you by
First Source Bank.
28-0, 3:25, clock running. Warsaw trying to get a man on here. They'll get him out there. Snap. Shively pitch to the right side. Howam had some room, and what a play by your free safety. That is Ethan Sinclair. Just came down the hill and made a great play on Howam. Was the only guy once again between him and a big gain.
Closed awful quick there. It looked like you said, there was something there, but boy, he shut that down quick.
Oh, it wasn't there very long. That's your cornerback, by the way. I misspoke. He wasn't even the safety. Snap, handoff. Howam finds a little running room off the left side. Gets tripped up. Nice play in there by the linebacker, Ty Martin, but Howam able to pick up about 5 or 6. It'll be third down now, and the football at the 23.
Shively's got a little limp going on, I've noticed.
It'll be third and 3. Well, once again, too, if he's going to run the football, you played for a coach that if that guy's going to run and he doesn't get hit.
Yeah.
There was a guy whose job, I think, was to hit the quarterback on every play.
Yeah, it should be. I mean,
Fernando Shively going to run it right up the middle, has a seam, gets himself all the way down to the 15. Good enough for a Plymouth first down. Brought to you by First Source Bank, and Plymouth now trying to get something going here, but the clock is not their friend. The minute 57, it's running here in the third quarter. Like I said, Warsaw scored, but the big thing is they took 7 minutes off the clock doing it. Only the second offensive possession of this quarter. Handoff up the middle. Howam into the secondary. He's all the way down inside the 10. Going to be shy of the first down. They'll mark him at the 8.
Nice drive going here. Don't shoot yourself in the foot with a penalty.
Yeah. That's what you're worried about here is they've been here a couple of times before and just wasn't a good time. Howam now. Running back to the left, trips to the left. Shively. Gibbons, the H-back to the right. Snap. He'll hand it off. Howam picking his way. He's got some room. He's all the way down to the goal line, and they'll call him in.
Yep.
Finn Howam, an 8-yard run right up the middle. Found his way in that seam really patiently. Waited for his blocks to develop, and he's rewarded with 6.
Plymouth's offense looked really good there.
Plymouth on the board at 104. For the first time tonight, Carlos Carrillo will come on. He'll attempt the extra point. Out of the hold of Shively. Snap is a little low. Picked up Shively. Good job to get the hold down, and the kick is good. So the extra point goes on the board, and we have 104 to play in the third. It is 28-7 Warsaw. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
McDonald's restaurants in Plymouth and Bremen, Indiana are now owned and operated by local residents Bill and Flo Bolt. Bolt Enterprises are proud to own and operate all 4 McDonald's restaurants in Marshall County. Become part of the McDonald's family today with Bolt Enterprises McDonald's.
Back at Plymouth High School, Rusty Nixon, Joe McKee, and Plymouth has finally put a touchdown up on the board. You know, you just keep going back. You know, my dad had a thing about saying about ifs that I won't repeat because it's not for human consumption.
No, well.
But it's just one of those things, a play or two here or there, but that's what Warsaw and what they do does to you. Any mistake is magnified 100 times.
It does, but, Plymouth's kind of hurt themselves, too. I mean, it's self-inflicted wounds here. But, like you said, about 3 or 4 plays, this game should be a one-score game.
Started with the bad snap on the punt right away. Gave Warsaw a 1st and goal at the 2, and they took advantage of it a few seconds later. It's been all them since. Now a bouncing kick out to the 30. It's on the field, and Pyle down there trying to grab it, but I think the Warsaw defender did a nice job of righting himself. Once again, it's the same guy that covered the last one. That is number 14, Jack Bradford, who once again was able to fall on that ball. So a minute 1 to play in the third. Warsaw will have it back. They lead it 28-7. Well, it looks like, Carlos is out there. I thought for a second Carlos was on the sideline, but your nose tackle's out there. Carlos has done a nice job for him in there.
He has kind of stuffed up that middle, and I'd like to see him make a big play right here.
Making some plays. They're going to really go toe-to-toe. The 3 men in the front line are really stacking that middle. Now they're going to move out a little bit. Brock, man in motion, snap. He'll keep it, and he gets run down from behind, and guess who? Lathan Cotton.
You know what Warsaw does? So they run out those fakes. I mean, the running back runs like he has the ball. I mean,
that's what makes it work.
Yeah,
you mentioned
it
it
really
earlier.
is.
You watch their alignment. It's the discipline. Every single guy on this field knows his job, and he executes.
He's still getting tackled 5 yards down the field.
Yeah, you're right. 2nd down, and we'll call it 7. Football at the 35. Brock, man in motion, snap. He'll hand it off straight up the middle again. Now we're going to see, as we said, they said the snaps for Brody Duncan were going to be limited. He got one there. He takes it forward for 3 or 4, so it'll be 3rd and 4. Football across the 35 at the 38.
That should be the quarter.
And 2 seconds, you are right. That will be the end of the third quarter. So Warsaw in control of this one so far. Let's see what the final 12 will bring. We head to the fourth. It is 28-7 Warsaw. Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
In a world where there's so many ways to get your news, stay connected by finding out information about your school, local news, along with sports and current events. With a subscription to the Pilot News, they bring you everything you need to know right at your fingertips or on your doorstep. Call Circulation today and ask for their monthly special. Call 574-936-3101 today. Pilot News, Marshall County's news source since 1851.
MCF got its start in 2018 with one goal: bring fast, reliable fiber internet to Marshall County. Today, we offer lightning-fast speeds, equal upload and download with no contracts and no install fees. Whether you're working from home or streaming all night, Marshall County Fiber keeps you connected. We might be the new kid on the block, but we're growing fast, just like our internet. Visit marshallfiber.com or call 574-223-2191. MCF, making rural connections possible.
Back at Plymouth High School, Rusty Nixon, Joe McKee. We start the fourth quarter, 3rd and 3 Warsaw at the 38. Coming straight forward. No, it's going to be Brock. Pulls it, and I don't think he got it, but now he's free.
They got to spot him back there. They got to spot him.
They have to spot it at the 36. Brock was right at the line to gain, got shoved back, and so a loss on that play. That is, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I can't remember another negative play for them tonight.
They're going for it unless they just try to draw Plymouth off sides.
4th and 5. Football at the Warsaw 36. And why wouldn't you?
Well,
because
you got a I know you got a 3-score lead though.
You have a 3-score lead. You can run 15, 20 more seconds off on this clock.
You can flip the field on them, make Plymouth earn it instead of give them a short field. I think they're going to punt it, Rusty.
Well, they probably will. They're just going to wait until the. Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They waited till the play clock ran down and called timeout.
Nah, don't know if they're going to punt, though.
I don't know either. They're coming over to talk to Bart Curtis. It doesn't look like they're changing personnel. We're going to keep it here. This is getting interesting.
Can't have an offsides penalty.
No.
Because it's 4th and 5. I mean, that would give them.
That would give them the first down.
Yeah.
So probably a topic of discussion amongst the Plymouth defensive coaches down here, Brett Corbett and Gene Skirvin. Watch the football.
Yeah.
But then you're in danger of, because they come off the ball so quick. I mean, I'm sorry, I get it. Those guys wanting to get off that ball quicker, but boy, that's a tough task. Warsaw line just comes firing off of there. They're still over in the huddle. Plymouth out ready to go. And let's see what Bart Curtis has drawn up, as it is 4th and 5, and they apparently will go for it. Brock, the quarterback, comes out. He's got 2 wide receivers in the game here. Boy, they spread it out. Fullback behind him, man in motion, snap, he's going to throw. Pump fake going deep.
Turn around
and turn around and play the ball. And boy, I thought he made an unbelievable catch. That defense couldn't have been much better, as you saw Madrano out there step for step with the receiver, and I think that was Nelson, if I'm not mistaken.
Boy, he almost came up with that one-handed grab.
Yeah, actually, that was number 88. That's Nelson. And he'll come to the sideline. Got a little gimpy there, but I'm telling you, I thought he was going to come out of there with it. That was almost an unbelievable catch by the tight end. Plymouth with it now. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Man in motion. Snap. And now Shively will keep it. He'll go over the left side. He pays the price. He gets hit pretty good out there. And it'll be a pickup of about 3. Leading the way is that linebacker on that side, Nathan Villa. And it's 2nd down and 8.
Got to have a little urgency here.
10:56 to play in this one. 28-7 Warsaw lead. Shively has him out. Trips to the right. Snap. He's going to run it to the right. He is tripped up almost immediately. Maybe a yard.
Late flag.
And a late flag comes in after the play, and Finn Holland comes up gimpy. They'll give him a yard, but no more. Now they're going to talk about the penalty. I'm not sure what that is. Looks like it's going to be on Plymouth, though. Now Holland going to come to the sideline and walk it out a little bit. Verhage will come out for him. And it's a personal foul chop block against Warsaw. So evidently that's why Holland came to the sideline. Somebody went low.
Well, that'll be 15 then, I think.
Yep, that'll be a 15-yard walk-off. It's going to take it all the way down to the 17-yard line. And a first down brought to you by First Source Bank. I beat you.
No, you do it better than I do anyway. Plymouth needs to get in here, quick.
Verhage now on for Holland. I don't see him on the sideline. He's over here trying to run it off. Snap. Now Shively going to keep it. Gets to the left side. Picks his way through. He'll get down close to the 10. They'll mark him just shy of it. Pick up a 5. Actually pick up a 7. And it'll be 2nd down and 3.
Shively's having a really nice game tonight. I know he's thrown 2 interceptions, but one of them was that 50-50 ball right before half.
So coming off is Verhage, and Finn Holland will come back out. Got to feel like he was the one who got that illegal block on that play, because he's the one that came out of the area with the flag limping. Man in motion is Fernando. Holland spins off a tackle. Gets over the 10, not much else there, so he'll get a couple. Nice job out there by the defenders. That is Matthew Flores Ortega and also Robert Strong making a nice play to keep that from getting a big gain.
3rd and about 2, and they're running a hurry-up offense.
Trips to the right. Shively with Finn Holland behind him. Snap. He'll pitch it to him. Turns it up. Good read on the block there. He's going to be close to it. He's going to get the first down. So first down brought to you by
First Source Bank.
And it's 1st and goal. Plymouth knocking on the door again. 28-7, 9:10 to play. Shively Has him out, trips to the right. Man in motion, Fernando. Hand off to Hollum. He'll go right up the middle, spins off the tackle, and he's in.
Wow.
So you put it on the back of your line here the last couple of times down into the red zone, and they have responded. 9:01 to play. Plymouth puts another one on the board, but they still got a ways to go. Coming on to attempt the extra point, Carlos Carrillo. Out of the hold of Shively. Carlos is ready. Snap is good. It's down. The kick is up. What a play up the middle. Almost blocked there. But it's good, and Plymouth puts the extra point on the board, makes it 28-14. We have 9 minutes to play, and this is getting interesting.
It is. Again, you took the touchdown off the board, and then that botch snap. This could be tied up.
I know. You're looking at a completely different second half. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Max 98.3 is Game of the Week.
At Marshall County REMC, they are more than just your electric provider. They're your neighbors, your partners, and your connection to a brighter future. Since 1936, they have been powering homes, farms, and businesses with reliable service, innovative energy solutions, and a commitment to our community that never wavers. It's not just about keeping the lights on, it's about keeping our community strong. Marshall County REMC, powering progress, powering you. Learn more at marshallremc.com.
Back at Plymouth High School, Rusty Nix and Joe McKee. We've got 9 minutes to play in this one. Plymouth just got a score closer. It's 28-14 Warsaw. And Carlos Carrillo will come out to kick it off.
Warsaw's up like we're going to do an onside kick. So,
well, we've hit that little blooper. I don't know if I onside kick yet.
No, you got that dead spot right between the 40 and
do.
the 10. Hit it about the 25-yard line, right over the second row's head.
Sweet is back to return. He's the only deep man. Everybody else is up in that 10-yard range between the 50 and the 40. Carlos ready to go. His kickoff is away. It's a low-line drive right into the hands. Boy, they must be picking on this guy again. Kicks it directly at Jack Bradford. He's able to cover it again, and Warsaw with good field position.
I'd kick away from him.
He has made they've been kicking it right at him every time, and he has answered the bell, that's for sure. Warsaw will come out with the 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. They lead at 28-14. Bremen and Glenn in the third quarter now. Bremen with a 15-14 lead.
Good game.
Mishawaka and Northridge. Northridge is within 7 at 21-14. Snap, head up, right up the middle. Boy, his snaps have been limited, but he has been very, very hard to deal with. Brody Duncan picks up 7.
And Warsaw is not going to be in any hurry here. They're going to use the full 40-second play clock here.
2nd down and 4. Out of the huddle, Brock has him. And like I said, I'd be surprised. Well, they got 17 on the play clock. I don't know why they don't. I would expect them to run all of it off. Here's a snap, and boy, right up the middle.
Man.
And what an effort by Brody Duncan as he is clocked right at the line of scrimmage, spins off the tackle, and still gets a gain of 3.
What a hard-nosed run.
And quick.
Yeah.
3rd down and inches. This is what this offense was designed for. I don't know. This might be a point, though, where you take a shot. What do you think? Wide receiver to the left.
Run clock. Get a 1st down.
Well, okay. You're old school. Snap, and the handoff right up the middle, and tackle made, but not until 3 are on the clock. Duncan again. He runs so hard and low to the ground, and now Schenk going to come out and take his place. They told us his snaps would be limited, but boy, he sure doesn't look like he's
Looks
hurt.
good, yeah.
Let me put it this way. I wish I could have played hurt that well. I wish I could have played that well. First and 10, football at the 46, or 47, I should say. Schenk back out as the running back. And Brock will be under center, wide receiver to the left. Comes right up the middle again. Schenk buried after a gain of 1.
But again, the clock's just running. We're down to 7 minutes right now. Plymouth's got to make something happen.
I'm going to say, either make something happen, or when do you start thinking about taking your timeouts? Because even if they don't score, they could easily run 6 minutes off this clock. You get it back, you got nothing.
Yeah, I think they're going to need a stop here. You know, if they get them 3rd and long and something, yeah, maybe. That'd be a time for a timeout. But as long as they keep it manageable, they can't chew them up, I don't think.
2nd and 9, 6:38. Clock running, 28-14, Warsaw lead. Brock, man in motion, sweet. He'll get the pitch. And he's got a lot of room in front of him, and he is finally brought to the ground out there.
They had 3 linemen pulling to the left there.
They had everybody pulling to the left there, and
as a lineman, that was beautiful to me. I mean, it honestly was. You know, I'm rooting for Plymouth. I don't know if I can say that or not, but I absolutely am. But that was just a work of art right there.
Tatum Woods with the stop finally, but not before a first down. Clock will continue to run. 6:10. 1st and 10. Football at the Plymouth 36-yard line. Brock will look it over. 10 seconds on the play clock. Plymouth showing blitz. They'll come straight up the middle, and Schenk will go just to the left of it. He's
still
on his feet. He'll fight his way all the way down to the 30. Well, I get a feeling, and here comes Duncan back. Just give him a fresh set of legs as he'll come out, and we know what he can do. Both these guys I got a feeling you don't get handed the ball in the Warsaw offense if you don't run hard. But
yeah,
both of these guys are just hard to deal with. And I think Duncan a little more because he's not quite as big and he's more quick. Wide out to the right here. 5 seconds on the play clock. Snap, handoff, up the left side. Big surprise. Fullback gets it again. That is Brody Duncan. And I think he's going to have a first down. They're going to mark him just shy of the first down. And the clock continues to run. You realize when we started talking about timeouts, it was almost 2 minutes ago?
Yeah,
This is what this does. I mean, you're within striking range, but you never get the ball back. 3rd down and 1. Brock out of the huddle. Running back behind him. He'll hand it off, and just another crunching run for a first down by Brody Duncan.
I'm just trying to figure out how good Concord is, because Concord, score-wise, really handled Warsaw last week.
Yeah. Well, we saw Concord last year, and I thought that was one of the best football players I've ever seen they had on their roster, who is now in college. But if they're better than they were a year ago, I don't know how. 1st and 10, man in motion. And that'll draw Plymouth offside. And John just trying to get over there and make a play.
Oh, he is.
That'll give them 5. It'll be 1st and 5 now. Football at the 17. I think the clock continues to run. And it does. 4:10.
They're trying to make that big play, strip sack, and that's what they need.
They got to have that, or it's just, or a big mistake by Warsaw, and they haven't made any tonight. Out of the huddle, Brock, ready to go, snap, pitch. That's going to get to the outside, and a great play out here on the edge.
That was a nice play.
That is O'Leary. The one thing about the Plymouth corners, O'Leary and Medrano, they tackle really, really well.
O'Leary fought that block off, and it was a pretty good block, and he just strung it out and made the tackle himself. That was a real nice play.
That was no gain on that play, so it's 2nd and 5. Football still at the 18. Now O'Leary and Medrano are going to change sides here. And Brock will bring him out with Brody Duncan as the running back. Snap, handoff, Duncan straight ahead. It gets bottled up. Look for a second like he might have dropped the ball, but they'll give him past the 15.
Okay,
it's going to be really close. And Warsaw is going to call a timeout. Oh!
No, Plymouth did.
The official out here pointed at Warsaw. Well,
he's the one that called those two holding
penalties, you're right. You're right. All right, 28-14, let's go to break. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week, Warsaw ahead of Plymouth.
At Marshall County REMC, they are more than just your electric provider. They're your neighbors, your partners, and your connection to a brighter future. Since 1936, they have been powering homes, farms, and businesses with reliable service, innovative energy solutions, and a commitment to our community that never wavers. It's not just about keeping the lights on, it's about keeping our community strong. Marshall County REMC, powering progress, powering you. Learn more at marshallremc.com.
Back at Plymouth High School, Rusty Nixon, Joe McKee, 3:39 to play, 28-14. Plymouth's going to have any kind of a chance. They got to have a stop here. 3rd and 2, football at the 14. Warsaw comes out, single running back, really tight formation this time, no wideouts, man in motion. And the handoff, and it'll be first down easily as Brody Duncan just slides off that pile to the left, picks himself up about 4 or 5 yards, and it'll be first down for Warsaw.
Get a Warsaw player down, it looks like.
And he looks to be not feeling real good. And I'm not sure if that's a cramp. If it's a cramp where I think it is, that has to be one of the most horrible. You ever get a cramp in your hamstring?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
My God, that is awful. And he's on the field.
Took his helmet off.
He's in a lot of pain down there, but it looks like that's what we've got. It's Rock Lambert is the player down there. He's a sophomore playing that right guard position, and they're going to look at him for a minute or two here. 3:36, 28-14, first and goal at the 9. And, you know, even if they don't score, you're looking at probably another, 2 minutes off the clock?
Yeah.
You've got no time to score twice.
No, I don't think that's a cramp, Rusty.
No, you're probably right. Well, I don't know. He doesn't. Well, maybe. I hope it's only a cramp. He is definitely favoring that left leg. He'll get help off to the sideline. Now he's walking a little bit, but not much. He's a big guy.
He's a big guy, and that would be a big loss for Warsaw.
They list him at 6'5", 300.
That's a big guy, Rusty.
That is a big boy. So now we'll have first and goal at the 9. 3:36 to play in this one. 28-14. Warsaw with the lead. Plymouth needs a big play, a stop, anything. Got to get the football back. Now we got a whistle and officials timeout here. I'm not sure
He's
what
looking
that
up.
is.
I'm looking up too.
Well, I think
is the drone up there or
maybe there's
something?
a drone up there. You're not supposed to have those up there. I'm not sure what they're looking at.
It might be a UFO. They're still looking up.
Yeah, they're still pointing something out. And now, a little help here by Verhage on the Plymouth side. He and John Kleinden's pointing to something the other way up in the air. So I'm not sure what they see, but they didn't like it, whatever it is. Now we're going to go back. White Hat going to go over and talk to Bart Curtis and explain what's going on. I'm not so sure that you're allowed to have a drone in game time.
Yeah, I don't know the rules on that.
They do it in practice all the time. You're out here, some of the schools, I mean, Plymouth has it. They record practice all the time with it. They record practice from
They're
several
still
different
pointing
angles.
up there.
And now they're pointing over back the other way towards the city. I don't understand what could possibly be in the air that is that concerning.
I think it's a UFO.
Yeah, it's a 15-yard penalty.
UFO?
I think it
You
might
think
be.
so? Maybe it's that space thing that was
It could
supposedly
be.
coming this way that's going to invade the Earth.
Now, they're not talking to the Plymouth sideline.
No, they're just talking to Warsaw. I'm not sure what in the world the problem is, but now
They're still looking
they're
up
still
there.
looking up and talking. So are we going to play or?
Well, I don't,
Now he's going to call the official back over again. This is the official that originally called timeout and pointed up in the air.
Well, you would.
Up right towards midfield, and then
It's not a light or anything because I'm looking for a
yeah,
dead
I
spot.
can't see anything. Now the other official's going to come over. We're going to talk about it. I wonder if these guys go to college and get degrees in international
Now he's looking the other
relations.
way.
Yeah.
What the hell? They're
Something's
putting
in the air.
There's something.
It's.
This might be one of those unsolved
Now we're
mysteries.
going to get a flag, unsportsmanlike conduct against Warsaw. So what was that all about?
I wonder. It might have
Maybe
been a drone.
Warsaw has a drone out there.
Well,
I know that Plymouth does not during game time.
Well, how do you know it's a Warsaw drone then?
Well, maybe that's why they talked to him. I don't know. Maybe Bart has a relationship with the aliens or something. I don't know.
They're awful good for a reason, I guess.
I guess. Gets
Wow.
gets a scouting report from Andromeda every week.
Well, it's still first and goal at the 25.
Yep, they're going to move it all the way back to the 25. And they don't care. 3:35 to play. It's about clock at this point, and Brock's going to keep it.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
To the sideline. It's on the field. A pile over there, but I think the back got over next to it. They ran that triple option. The fake went to the middle. Brock kept the ball and then pitched it out on the wing, and it looks like one of the big guys going on it out there. That is number 75, Owen Corbin, ends up on the football. And a big save. It'll end up being a gain to the 21.
And Plymouth called another timeout.
3:25 to play. Plymouth with a timeout. Let me go see if I can communicate with our sources in the outer space world and see if we can figure out what just happened. So we'll be right back.
Around the educational world. More and more high school graduates are attending smaller community colleges to start their educational journey. At Marian University's Ancilla College, we welcome students from all walks of life. The opportunities at Marian University are endless, from living on campus to being a collegiate student athlete. From day one, your professors will help you create a plan for a success at Marian and beyond. Find out more about Marian University's Ancilla College through our website at marian.edu/Ancilla today.
Back at Plymouth High School, we've talked to James T. Kirk, and he says he doesn't know what's going on either. So after the break, second now and goal. Warsaw with it at the 20-yard line. Boy, Plymouth very active on that front line. I thought they might get another offside call. Motion by Warsaw back to the middle, and boy, what a play. Got to get the number. I knew who that was. John Kleindens just cleaned that up instantly. He almost took the handoff.
Well, that's what they needed. He got third, and looks like they're at the 21-yard line. It's third and goal.
3:23. Plymouth calls their last time out, I believe.
I would think if Warsaw doesn't get much here, they would kick a field goal.
I would, just to get points.
Yes, to get the points and still make it a three-score game.
Slow it down a little bit, get some momentum back on your side by putting points on the board. Because no matter what happens, you always feel good when points go up.
Points go up, and it makes it three-score versus two-score, and yeah. And looking at their kicker on the kickoffs, looks like he's pretty solid.
So 3rd down and goal, football at the 21. We're at homecoming here at Plymouth. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow morning, we'll go around Marshall County. We'll talk to all the football coaches about their matchups tonight. It looks like we've got a few really good ones going on. We'll take a look at that scoreboard.
How's that LaVille and North Judson game?
Just about to go look at that one. LaVille and Knox, you mean?
Yeah,
Judson
I'm sorry.
and Triton we
Judson
got to look at,
and
too.
Triton, yeah.
That was another. Well, Knox starting to pull away now in the 3rd quarter, 42-16, which is pretty much what they did last week. In the 4th quarter, wow, had Bremen 15, Glenn 14.
Oh, geez.
See if we can grab that other score real quick as Warsaw out ready to go. Brock has a man in motion. Goes back to throw. Rolls to the right.
He's open.
Has room. Hits the man. And trying to get in is going to be the receiver on that one. That is Wyatt Harmon. He's knocked out of bounds at the 3. So it's 4th and 3. What do you do here? You go for it.
I don't.
Oh, you don't?
I don't. I kick the field goal, make it 3 scores.
We're in the 3rd quarter at Triton and North Judson. That's over at North Judson. It is 8-7. North Judson still in the 3rd quarter.
You wonder why Triton didn't go for 2 after being down 8-0.
Was still early in the game. You
I
feel
know,
like you got
but
time. And Judson never takes. They always go for 2. Now we got a whistle and a timeout by Warsaw. What you thought after that penalty? Moved them all the way back. You might be able to get something, and then this happens. Still 3:16 to play, though. You got a little time, but I think I agree with you. Make it a 3-score game. I don't know that you can get the ball back 3 times. That'd be a miracle.
Right. But again, the way they've been moving the ball, and even if they don't get it, Plymouth's got a 98, 97-yard drive in front of them. So I think either way, Warsaw feels comfortable, but I take the points when you can get them. But
I imagine you're probably thinking about how much confidence you got in your field goal unit, too.
And they are at the far right hash, and, the hash marks in high school are a little wider, so it'd be an angle.
That's something I don't think people understand or talk about enough is the fact hash marks in high school and college are much wider than the pro game. The game gets played on the edge a lot more, except for tonight when everything went between the tackles on both sides. Brock has him out. Man in motion, snap. He'll hand it off, and without being touched, his shake, and that will put the icing on the cake. 34-14 now. There's your 3-score deficit.
Yeah, well, either way, yeah.
3:14 to play, and like I said before, it makes a difference because you need to get 2 onside kicks in a row.
And we had him 1st and goal from about the 30. I mean, I think it was the 28 or something like that. Yeah, and we didn't stop him. So that was a good opportunity for Plymouth right there.
Out to kick it is the kicker, John Conley. His kick is up. It's plenty high enough. Plenty deep enough and good. The freshman puts another one on the board, makes it 35-14. We've got 3:14 to play. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week. Warsaw leads Plymouth 35-14.
There's a trend happening around the educational world. More and more high school graduates are attending smaller community colleges to start their educational journey. At Marian University's Ancilla College, we welcome students from all walks of life. The opportunities at Marian University are endless, from living on campus to being a collegiate student athlete. From day one, your professors will help you create a plan for a success at Marian and beyond. Find out more about Marian University's Ancilla College through our website at marian.edu/Ancilla today. McDonald's restaurants in Plymouth and Bremen, Indiana are now owned and operated by local residents Bill and Flo Bolt. Bolt Enterprises are proud to own and operate all 4 McDonald's restaurants in Marshall County. Become part of the McDonald's family today with Bolt Enterprises McDonald's.
Well, while we were at break, more bad news for Warsaw. As another lineman now, Andrew Contreras, senior starter and tackle, is going to be helped off the field after that extra point. Looks like a similar injury.
It does. Walking pretty gingerly, and boy,
getting some help.
What a blow if they would lose 2 linemen going forward.
So Plymouth will supposedly get the ball back here. You never know. They've tried to kick it off a player the last 3 times down. You think they'll kick it away this time, or are they going to kick it straight at somebody?
They better not kick it at Hudson Davis because he'll catch it. So I think they've learned their lesson there.
That was a shot.
Yes.
I got to agree. That is almost the play of the game. I can't believe he caught that ball.
I've got it wrote down, Rusty.
I cannot believe he caught that ball. Kick is away. It's going to be deep, and it's going to go over the head of Kaz Hunt. He's going to pick it up right at the goal line and bring it forward, and he's ripped and he fumbled it. Looks like Warsaw will have it back, and they do.
And he got hit twice.
Kaz Hunt got ripped after picking it up at the goal line, came forward to about the 20, and he got nailed, and the ball came out. And so Warsaw has it back with 3:09, and can just put the final nail in the coffin here if you can put one across.
Well, I don't think they need to do anything. That'll be Plymouth's 3rd turnover. Well, if you
2 of them, the one you mentioned, the one you
okay.
mentioned was the throw in the end zone at the end of the half that ended up coming away with an interception.
But you almost got to count that muffed snap on the punt as a turnover too. It wasn't, but it
you're
basically
right.
was.
You're right. Brock has them out, and they literally can just kneel this down. They're going to move forward, and it's going to be Brody Duncan picking up about 5, actually closer to 7. They'll mark him down at the 9. It'll be 2nd down, and the clock will run. 2:52, clock will go. Plymouth cannot stop it again.
I think Warsaw wants to score here.
I think they do. That's what it looks like to me. They're moving quickly. They're out of the huddle. They're ready to go. Brock looking over the defense. 10 on the play clock. He'll take the snap now. Hands off. And going forward is Brody Duncan. He'll get knocked down at about the 5. Good for a 1st down. Now it's 1st and goal. Clock will continue to run at 2:15. And unfortunately, the way this game started is kind of the story of the game. A bad snap on the punt just 4 plays into the game. Gave Warsaw 1st and goal at the 2. And what we've seen tonight, you don't need to help them.
No.
Brock has them out, under 10 on the play clock now. And we're going to get a illegal procedure call as Harmon over on the other side took 3 steps back before the snap. And Bart Curtis isn't going to be happy about that.
No, still coaching until the end.
When should be. That's why you are who you are.
Yes.
So it'll be 1st and goal now from the 10. That's why you have guys that we're raving about how they have the discipline and they know where they're going and they're executing their blocks downfield, and all the fakes are executed to the very end. Brock now, man in motion. He'll hand it off. Right back up the middle, picks up that penalty right back at the 5-yard line. Duncan. Minute 35, 2nd down and goal at the 5. Like I said, Plymouth cannot stop the clock now. There's 26 on the play clock. Minute 25 on the game clock. You really can just kneel down here because it resets to 40 after every
they could, but
snap.
They're going to run a play.
Brock, man in motion. He'll hand it off right up the middle again. Duncan again with a couple of yards. Clock will be under a minute here after they set it down. 35 seconds on the play clock, 58 on the game clock, and you only need to take one more snap if you're Warsaw. See what they decide to do. They got a
I think
third down and goal at the 2.
They'll run their offense, and if they get in, great.
Looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. Brock will watch the play clock click down until it's under 10, and then he'll get under center.
This play really kind of means something, Rusty.
5 seconds left. Handoff up the middle, and it's going to be 6. Brody Duncan just took it off the right side, blasted his way in. 6 more makes it 41-14. And 24 seconds on the clock. They'll kick the extra point. It's going to be John Conley coming on to do that.
People are going to see this score across the state, and it's like, oh, Warsaw rolled them. And they did play very well. Plymouth never really stopped Warsaw's offense, but this game could have been a lot closer.
Some key mistakes at bad times. Extra point is through. Looks good, and it is good. So, with 24 seconds left, 42-14 is our score. We'll take one last break and come back. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
McDonald's restaurants in Plymouth and Bremen, Indiana are now owned and operated by local residents Bill and Flo Bolt. Bolt Enterprises are proud to own and operate all 4 McDonald's restaurants in Marshall County. Become part of the McDonald's family today with Bolt Enterprises McDonald's.
MCF got its start in 2018 with one goal: bring fast, reliable fiber internet to Marshall County. Today, we offer lightning-fast speeds, equal upload and download with no contracts and no install fees. Whether you're working from home or streaming all night, Marshall County Fiber keeps you connected. We might be the new kid on the block, but we're growing fast, just like our internet. Visit marshallfiber.com or call 574-223-2191. MCF, making rural connections possible.
Back live at Plymouth High School, Rusty Nixon, Joe McKee. It's all over but the shouting, as they say. Warsaw will have to kick it off one more time here. And back deep to receive. Chaz Hunt and Finn Hollum for Plymouth. Kick is going to be a short one, picked up by once
Go
again.
Hudson!
He kicked it right at him again, and he said, get that stuff out of here.
Good hands.
Good hands by the up man.
Looks like tight end material to me, Rusty.
Yeah, he's shown me some hands,
Yeah.
that's for sure. So Plymouth will have the ball with 19 seconds left. We'll see what they decide to do. It looks like they're just going to kneel down. They trail at 42-14, and that's probably going to be our final. And it will be. At this point, you just don't want to get anybody hurt. So the snap is down, and that's going to do it as the final 10 seconds will run off here. So key mistakes at terrible times for Plymouth. Leads to a score. It's a little worse than it could have been, but like you said, Plymouth never really did stop this offense.
No. I think Warsaw punted once this game.
We'll take a break. We come back. We'll have our post-game show. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
REMC, they are more than just your electric provider. They're your neighbors, your partners, and your connection to a brighter future. Since 1936, they have been powering homes, farms, and businesses with reliable service, innovative energy solutions, and a commitment to our community that never wavers. It's not just about keeping the lights on, it's about keeping our community strong. Marshall County REMC, powering progress, powering you. Learn more at marshallremc.com.
There's a trend happening around the educational world. More and more high school graduates are attending smaller community colleges to start their educational journey. At Marian University's Ancilla College, we welcome students from all walks of life. The opportunities at Marian University are endless, from living on campus to being a collegiate student athlete. From day one, your professors will help you create a plan for a success at Marian and beyond. Find out more about Marian University's Ancilla College through our website, at marion.edu/Ancilla today.
And we're back, our post-game show here on Max 98.3. We've watched Warsaw take a 42-14 win here on homecoming at Plymouth, and just a tough loss. But like we said, just a couple of key problems,
key plays
in key situations, and you end up with this kind of a thing. People, like you said, they're going to look at the score and think it was just a roll. But the thing is, with the way Warsaw plays, 14 points. That's almost an insurmountable lead.
It is, and the margin for error for Plymouth against Warsaw tonight was 0. And we did shoot ourselves in the foot with penalties and whatnot. But, their offense had a spark. Second half, played really well, made some good adjustments. Halftime, had some big plays. Hollum ended up with 2 touchdowns, and Shively had a really nice game at quarterback. So, defensively, we just never could stop that offense that Warsaw ran.
And it's just and any team that runs this, it's kind of the same thing. They're just a machine. They do everything exactly the same way every time. You mentioned it a number of times, the discipline. And the one thing I'm really sad to see is watching 2 players here come out being helped out for Warsaw. That's the thing. They came out of here with 2 linemen with injuries, and that will be big as they go down the stretch.
And hopefully there are minor injuries because,
that's what we
Warsaw's a local, you're going to root for them. They went to state last year. I was rooting for them like everybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, but they're good. I mean, they're good.
You got Nick Langowski, assistant coach here at Plymouth, and it was just that juggernaut offense of theirs just never really stopped them.
No, and we kind of just gave up a couple big plays and just couldn't come back from some mistakes we made.
Offensively, they showed some hope at the second half. I mean, there was no back off, no go away. I mean, everybody was right there.
Yeah, absolutely. We challenged our offense to come out, score the ball, and we got 2 good scores, and thought we had some momentum on our side. And hard with that offense, they burned clock.
The thing with it, too, is you had some success running the football, which, that speaks good things because you're going to have to do that for the next 3 weeks, too.
Oh, absolutely. That's our identity. We got to run the ball, and we got to put it in the end zone with our feet.
I thought Ben threw some balls really well tonight, especially on the out routes, the little screens that you were running you were like 1 tackle away from having a couple of those go for 6.
Oh, absolutely. There was a ton of run plays and screen plays that we ran where if we just got one guy blocked or we made one guy miss, it was a completely different ball game.
Well, it starts again this week. You got to go back to work. It doesn't get any easier. You got Northwood, then Mishawaka the week after, and then Concord after that. I mean, this is going to be a tough stretch.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're going to challenge our boys to pick it up, and hopefully we can put together a good little run here in the NLC.
Nick Langowski, one of the assistant coaches at Plymouth, and we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll finish up our post-game show. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
McDonald's restaurants in Plymouth and Bremen, Indiana are now owned and operated by local residents Bill and Flo Bolt. Bolt Enterprises are proud to own and operate all 4 McDonald's restaurants in Marshall County. Become part of the McDonald's family today with Bolt Enterprises McDonald's. Time now for the post game, brought to you by McDonald's.
We got a kind of an unusual play of the game here.
We do.
But I got to admit, this is definitely, in my mind, the play of the game. But sorry. Well, we'll wait till we come back. We got to get a break here in. Well, actually, let's just do this. It was a weird night, so let's just.
Here's the play of the game, brought to you by Absolute Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling.
We got to make sure Absolute gets their just due for sponsoring our play of the game, but. And once again, this is a little different, but I'm agreeing with you on this one.
It was the most outstanding play of the game, and that was in the second quarter. There was I wrote it down. Warsaw was up 14-0, and they went for the kickoff. And Hudson Davis, number 60, it was a line drive right at him. He caught it, He caught it on the fly.
Clean.
Went down at the 50-yard line, gave Plymouth great field position to, try to get a little bit of comeback going on. But that play for a lineman to catch, and he did it again here in the fourth quarter, too. It actually bounced to him, but showed great hands and reflexes there. And, I'm always rooting for the lineman. So
I got to be honest with you, too. I mean, when you talk about play of the game, you're not going to see a lineman in a high school make that play.
You're not going to see
very
many
often.
people make that play. Even in the pros, they don't catch it on the fly like that.
And it was a rocket shot.
Yes, I don't know if he knew that he caught it, but he'll never tell that to anybody, and I wouldn't if I was him. But that outstanding play of the game.
He absolutely got it clean, so that is our play of the game. And Hudson Davis is the guy we pat on the back for that. So stay there. We'll be right back. We have to do one more thing, our player of the game, and I think we're in agreement on that too. So we'll be right back.
Absolute Plumbing, Heating, Cooling of Plymouth has become one of the leading service companies in northern Indiana, serving Marshall, Stark, St. Joe, Fulton, LaPorte, Elkhart, and Kosciuszko County since 2014. They specialize in residential, commercial plumbing, heating, and cooling services. They also handle drain cleaning, water heater repair, commercial refrigeration, furnaces, generators, and much more. And they're the area's only York brand dealer. That's why Michiana has made Absolute Heating and Cooling their one-stop shop for service needs. Locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience in the trade. Visit their website at absolutephc.com for complete service information. Absolute Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, the area's top York brand dealer.
Who doesn't like pizza, right? But have you tried the pizza at Bourbon Street Pizza lately? More fresh ingredients and a new pizza sauce recipe. It's like a slice of heaven each and every time you take a bite. And now there's 16 new style of pizzas for you to choose from on the menu. And let's not forget the mouth-watering wings or their 5 different pasta dishes to choose from. Bourbon Street Pizza with area locations in Plymouth, Culver, Argus, Walkerton, Napanee, and in Bourbon. If you're looking for a quick and delicious dinner for the entire family to enjoy, look no further than a Bourbon Street Pizza location near you. Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surf Boats. Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
And we're back. Wait a minute. I got to do this. I told you I'd screw it up.
Bourbon Street Pizza presents the player of the game.
Complaining that I called you out at the end of the half. You knew I was going to screw it up.
I wasn't going to say anything, Rusty.
Our player of the game, I think, is pretty. We're homecoming, and we picked a senior.
We picked a senior who's, really led Plymouth for 3 years now. We kind of seen him grow up through the years at running back. And who do we got, Rusty?
Finn Hollum is going to be our player of the game, brought to you by Bourbon Street Pizza. And that's the last thing we got to do. But I tell you what, this is I don't know. It's going to be a tough one.
This is one of those games you want, here and there you want it back, but you got to let it go. The game's over. You can't do anything about it. You got Northwood, Mishawaka, Concord looming. And Concord, I believe that's down at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Yeah, it is.
So that's going to be a really good experience for Plymouth. So you got a lot in front of you, the sectional and all that. Just keep getting better. Northwood's a winnable game. Absolutely. Mishawaka and Concord is going to be tough. You're going to have to play the perfect game, but who knows? We beat Warsaw last year, and Warsaw ended up going to the state. So,
yeah, Northwood's going to be a tough one because we beat them last year as well. And, Nate Andrews is just
and that's at Northwood, too. And that's a tough place to play.
Yeah. And I know Nate, there is nobody that – well, number one, you and I have commented on it over the years, the way he gets his teams – he's in it.
It's fun to watch the Northwood sideline.
They are sold out on what's going on, and they really believe in him and what he's doing and what he's usually one of them jumping up and down on the sideline before the fourth quarter. But, and he will prepare. like nobody I've ever seen. So that's going to be a tough one. Concord, obviously, for God's sake, they look really, really good so far. And let's not forget, Mishawaka is going to be really, really similar to what we saw tonight.
And we see them in 2 weeks, so we'll be back here in 2 weeks. I think next week we're at Bremen, if I'm not
yes,
mistaken.
We have Bremen and CMA next week. That will be at Bremen.
And we've seen Bremen twice this year.
Yep.
And be the first time for CMA, so I'm looking forward to that.
And then don't forget, let's just go with the programming note. Thank you for leading right into that.
I'm here for you, Rusty.
We have tomorrow morning's coaches show. We'll talk to all the area coaches about their matchups. Let's just quickly see if we can take one more quick look at the
some of those games
scores.
were, especially that Triton and
that was
Judson game.
I did not expect that. Now, I'm not trying to say I don't think Triton has a good football team, but you're talking about Judson, who has that, I don't know, that thing going on right now, and Triton evidently does too. Fourth quarter score, Judson 8 and Triton 7. So
boy, if it ends 8-7, not going for 2, that's going to be
that'll be
second guesser.
That'll be It's going to be anyway. You already know that. Here, of course, 42-14 our final. Plymouth defeated by Warsaw. See if we can get a couple more before we leave. Culver and Caston, halftime score was the last one we had. Caston had a 7-6 lead. Culver trying to get back into that win column on the road. Culver Academy and Kankakee Valley, we don't have any score on that yet. Knox and LaVille starting to pull away a little bit. 50-16. The score there.
Oh, geez.
Knox in the lead. It's just,
I know.
Miles McLaughlin, you are
just wears on you, and it's probably wore down LaVille.
And he is every bit as good as it sounds he is. I mean, anything you hear about him is not hyperbole. He is that good.
And we're not going to be able to see him this year, and I haven't got to see him play, and that would be a treat. But
well,
you never know. I mean, right now our schedule doesn't look like we're going to be able to see him.
But, here's another one. Bremen 15, Glen 14. That's the way that one ended.
Oh, geez. That would have been a great. Bremen's won a couple of those close games.
Yeah. Well, their defense, we saw them play. Yeah. That defense is going to give them a chance. Well, man, thanks for joining me.
Yep.
And don't forget, tomorrow morning, starting at 7, the Coaches Show. We'll talk to all the coaches about those games you just heard. We'll also, on Thursday, have Thursday Night Lights next week. That is where we go around the county. We get a scouting report from all the area coaches about their games. And then next week, we will be at Bremen. It'll be Bremen and CMA on our Max 98.3 Game of the Week. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Joe McKee and Rusty Nixon, that's going to do it for us here at Plymouth. Our final score, Warsaw 42, Plymouth 14. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Have a great evening.
Tonight's game brought to you by Coca-Cola, Hoosier Tire, Marion's University Ancilla College, First Federal Bank, Big B Coffee, McDonald's, Absolute Plumbing, Heating and Cooling, Bourbon Street Pizza, Culver Portside Marina, Marshall County REMC, the Pilot News Group, Marshall County Fiber, Johnson Danielson Funeral Home. Don't forget to visit us online at sportsthemax.net, on Facebook, and on the web.